If I am visible now? No, I am not visible. Huh? It had been ended. Yes. Okay.
Visible po, ma'am.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you? My name is Rubena Talwar, and in this video we are going to start our 3 marks question answers. So in the past video we have completed all types of MCQs that are totally related to the board examination, as well as I have provided you the PDF. But इस वीडियो में we are going to cover up 3 marks question. And when I am going to show the question answer, there may be the confusion, ma'am, 3 number में इतना ही लिखना है क्या? But these are totally sample answers, that is the main points that you have to write. Fine. And these questions can be molded in different ways, like in 5 marks, in 6 marks, or the related one. So this video is totally, that is the direct question that are going to come in 3 marks. So start करें. Give the thumbs up. Give the thumbs up. Okay. Hi Anjali. Hi Atul. Hi new chapter. Gamer. Harsh. Okay. Harsh. Sorry. Divesh. Hanshika. Atul Gupta. Paul, 3 marks question are not at all asked in the MCQ one. These are generally referred to listen, to understand every question in detail. There is no MCQs in 3 marks, bacha. है ना? So I'm going to tell you the question answer, and if you find, ma'am, I have the doubt, could you explain this again? Then do write in the comment section. I am watching your comment, but please listen it very carefully, right? So let us start. Okay, hi first for us. Okay. Now, these are the topic, that is the whole literature for the 3 marks which is going to be asked here. So, let us start. Hi, Narayan. Okay. Now, let us start. The first question on the board. Now, the first question itself is very interesting point. Why? Because we haven't seen, Nayan, we haven't seen this in any PYQ book. Why? Because in the board exam, the sample, please see the sample paper of this year. क्या मस्त पेपर बनाया है CBSE ने, so beautiful paper, right? So what made Lancho write a letter to God? The question is, in kind of indirect, they have asked you that what made Lancho write a letter to God. In most of the books we have seen, in most of the revision books we have seen, in most of the books we have seen why the letter has been written by Lancho. But now the question I am asking you, what made Lancho write a letter to God? Give me in one word answer. I am good. I am good. Please tell me. What made Lancho to write a letter? समझ में आ रहा है? समझ में आ रहा है? Unshakable faith on God. Wow, Divesh. Clap for Divesh now. Now see, Lancho crops. Now listen to me very carefully. I am saying you, these are totally 3 marks questions, right? So in the 3 marks question, we have to write a little bit of introduction. Why? Fine. Now, we are seeing that Lancho's crop were destroyed by the hailstorm. Why? Because there was a hailstorm and leaving him and his family with no food. You could write it that because of the hailstorm, the Lancho field was totally destroyed and he was left with no food. Fine. So he has a deep faith in a God. He wrote a letter requesting 100 pesos to survive and replant the crop. Now 3 नंबर में ना हमने सारे पॉइंट लिख दिए हैं. Fine. Hailstorm वाला भी, पैसों वाला भी, और that is why he needed to cultivate the land. These 3 points in 3 marks we have written. Any problem? Any problem? Huh? Very nice, Suraj. Very nice. Very nice, Ujjwal Sharma. Now second question, ध्यान से देखिएगा. The second question, please. Okay. Now this is saying, how did the postmaster react to the Lancho's letter? Most repeated question of CBSE. CBSE love this question. I am saying you love this question. क्या कहते हैं? How did the postmaster react to Lancho's letter? हाँ बोलो. बहुत बढ़िया. mythical world, it is English medium channel. ठीक है? Now, how did the postmaster react to Lancho's letter? Postmaster, first of all, he was feeling, अरे ये कौन आ गया? Fine, who is he? But after that, he thought, अरे he has so much great faith in the God, है ना? Now, the postmaster was moved by Lancho's faith in God. Now, to preserve his faith, he decided to collect the money from the colleagues and himself sent to Lancho, though he could only manage 70 pesos. Now, how beautifully this answer is written in the sample paper. Now, what they are saying you, that the postmaster was moved by Lancho's faith in God. Was moved here doesn't mean कि वो यहाँ से यहाँ चला है. It means he was so much hit by the Lancho's faith in God. He was having so much belief in Lancho's, right? So to preserve his faith means to kept his faith. What he did, he collected the money, and that what he collected the 70 pesos, but he couldn't collect 30 pesos. Now, अगर यही question 5 number का पूछा जाए ना बेटा, या 6 marks का पूछा जाए, तो you could write it in the detail. With the जैसे इसमें एक line लिखी है ना, he decided to collect the money from his colleagues. Fine, and people were very happy to donate as a charitable cause. You can write this. 5 marks, 6 marks में बन जाएगा. Clear है? Any doubt? Okay, Divesh, I am only speaking in English now. Fine. Love you. Now, next one is, why did Lancho call the post office employees a bunch of crooks? Multiple times this question has been asked. I am telling you most repeated PYQs. I am not only telling you PYQs. I am here telling you most repeated PYQs. Fine. Now, the question here it is asking, why did Lancho call the post office employees a bunch of crooks? Could you tell me? Could you tell me in first one word? I am going to tell you in 3 words. Huh? But after some, very good, Soumya, Kumari, Samiksha, very nice, Hanshika, बहुत बढ़िया. Now, see, the question what they are asking, why did Lancho call the post office employees a bunch of crooks? See, Lancho believed God had sent him the full 100 pesos. Means Lancho was having so much great faith in God now. He was thinking that God cannot deny his request. Fine. God cannot deny his request. He was thinking that God has sent 100 pesos only. But these are the people who had taken my money, that 30 pesos, that is why it was missing. So, Lancho believed God has sent him the full 100 pesos, but the post office employees had stolen the part of it. This misunderstanding led him to call them a bunch of crooks in his second letter to God. So that is why in the second letter he wrote what? That please God, don't send the money through this post office because here the people are bunch of crooks. Any problem? Any problem? सबको समझ में आ गया? चलिए. Next question. What is the irony in this story, a letter to God? See, little bit tricky question, right? Because here we have to write our own values, right? Fine, we have to write our own understanding. Whenever we have to write our own understanding, we can be misunderstanding the concept. We may write different thing, but the question is asking the different thing. है ना? So this question, I request you to listen it very carefully. Fine? Doubt I comment me. Fine? Now, the irony lies in the fact that Lancho, who had great faith in God, doubted the honesty of the post office employee who held him. He believed that they stole the part of the money, while they are the ones who collected to support him. Now see, the irony of the chapter is that Lancho is doubting those people who had helped himself in collection of money. So the irony is that Lancho is having the unshakable faith in the God. But he should understand one thing, that God is not going to come on the earth and saying, "Le Lancho paise le le." Lancho should understand that God is going to help him with the help of the other person. Clear hai? Any doubt? Any doubt? Crystal clear? Divesh, irony here means we are expecting something and that is totally opposite which had happened in the reality. है ना? Very good. Lancho blamed those who held him. Clear? Now, next is Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Now, from a letter to God, I told you the most important 4 questions that can come in the category of 3 marks. Fine. Now, I am going to tell you 4 questions from Nelson Mandela that are the possibility coming in your board exams. Okay. Now, what did Nelson Mandela mean by twin obligation? I am saying you, beta, twin obligation. Beautiful question. और मुझे तो लगता है from this Nelson Mandela, CBSE has only few questions to ask and one of the question is twin obligation. Fine. Now, Nelson Mandela spoke about the twin obligation every individual has. The obligation towards their family, children, parents and spouse. Second obligation towards their country, people and community. So, in the chapter Nelson Mandela discussed about 2 obligations, that is towards the family and second towards the community. Fine. Now, in South Africa during apartheid, it was difficult for people like Mandela to fulfill both obligations due to oppressive system. Oppressive system, what do you mean by oppressive system? Oppressive system here means that due to the apartheid, the white domination over the black people. Fine. Now, any doubt in this question? Comment. Very good. Nancy. Okay. Now, next question. How did Mandela understanding of freedom changes over time? बहुत प्यारा question. Very beautiful question. Fine. Now, the question is asking you that how did Mandela understanding of freedom changes over the time? Means by the time the freedom means different to Mandela. कैसे? See, as a child, Mandela thought freedom meant being able to play and live without restriction. Means nobody is saying you, beta यहाँ नहीं जाना, वहाँ नहीं जाना. There is no restriction. It means you are having the freedom. When he grew older, he realized freedom was about the ability to live with dignity and equality. Now, when he became older or when he was in youth, he could understand that it means that you have that respect, you have that dignity to live and you have the equal rights in the society. Now, he also understood true freedom meant ensuring the freedom of others. Now, after that sometime he got to know what? That freedom is meant to be equal. That is the main important point. Okay. Alex Gupta. Okay, Mohammed, we will definitely try to bring the communicative one. Thank you, musical word. Now, freedom is an illusion. Wow, beautiful, Divesh. Very nice, Divesh. Any other doubt? Chale. Next question. Why does Mandela thank the patriots of his country? Now, what was happened that when the South Africa was free from the apartheid system, Nelson Mandela thanked the patriots, means freedom fighter of the country. Why did he do so? Because they had spent their entire life to get that apartheid system in Africa, right? South Africa. Now, Mandela thanks the patriots of his country because they sacrificed their lives for freedom of South Africa. Means because they were just fighting, they were having that courage to fight the battle. Fine. Now, their struggle and resistance against apartheid laid foundation for the democratic nation where everyone could enjoy equality and dignity. Now, in the answer they had written that they were having that much courage that they can sacrifice their whole life to get that democratic nation. Fine. So that is why here it is written that he was thankful to the patriots. Any problem? Any problem? Do you find any doubt here? Do you found any doubt here? Okay. Creation is saying no doubt, ma'am. Fine. Next question. Next question. What is the greatest wealth of South Africa according to Mandela? Beautiful question again on the screen. Now, बहुत प्यारा question है. देखो, what is the greatest wealth of South Africa according to Mandela? Now, when that greatest wealth topic has been started in the chapter, when they were taking the oath, right? So that time he told about what is the real wealth of South Africa, है ना? So according to Mandela, the greatest wealth of South Africa is its people. लोग हैं, its people, right? Now he believed that their resilience, determination and courage were more valuable than any mineral or resource the country possessed. Now Mandela was saying in the South Africa soil there are so much of gems, है ना? But the real gem, the real mineral is the people. The real resource of South Africa is the people of the South Africa. Fine. So their resilience, determination and courage are more valuable. Clear? Yes. Divesh is saying people means diamonds. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Any other doubt? Any doubt? Chalo. Next. Another question. Why was the seagull afraid to fly? Now, 2 chapters we have completed. Fine. Creation, it means the power to sacrifice, right? Now, why was the seagull afraid to fly? Question समझ में आ रहा है? Any doubt here? Since Divesh is from Tamil Nadu, he couldn't understand Hindi, right? So why was seagull afraid to fly? Means why seagull was afraid, scared to fly? Now, very good creation. The young seagull was afraid to fly because he lacked the confidence. Because he lacked the confidence. He lacked the confidence here means because he was not having that much courage. He wasn't having the confidence. He thought his wings would not support him. He thought his wings would not support him and he feared falling into the sea. Since he was standing on the brink and there was a vast sea beneath, so he was not having that much courage to fly because he thinks that his wings do not support him. Fine. So, his fear kept him grounded despite encouragement from his family. Any doubt, bachcha? Any doubt, bachcha? Koi problem? Any doubt? Very nice. Any doubt? Give the thumbs up. No. How did the young seagull family motivate him to fly? प्यारा question है. Star mark करेंगे. Fine. How did the young seagull family motivate him to fly? Now, the seagull family used hunger to motivate him. Means the seagull family was not offering him food, because of which the seagull was very much hungry and that made him that much courageous to fly for the food because he was mad for the food. Fine. Now, they left him alone on the ledge and didn't offer him food. Now, finally, his mother tempted him by holding a piece of fish just out of reach. Means the scrap of the dogfish, right? When he dived for the food, he started flying instinctively. What was that? Ga ga ga, ga koa. Do you remember from the chapter? Any problem? Chale aage. Next question. Why did the pilot call the situation the black aeroplane change? हाँ, ठीक है. Question is from the black aeroplane. That is the part 2 of the two stories about flying. Fine. Why did the pilot call the situation, the black aeroplane, strange? No, Devesh. There is no need to write author's name. Fine. Why did the pilot call the situation, the black aeroplane, strange? क्यों से अजीब लग रहा था? Fine. The pilot found the situation strange because there was no light. Fine. And there was no instrument that was working. In a huge stormy cloud, actually some other pilot without any lights on the wing of the plane, that was little bit confusing. Now, the pilot found the situation strange because a mysterious black aeroplane appeared out of nowhere because there was no other airplane. कहाँ से आया? That was the confusion here. From where this black aeroplane had been? Right? Now, of nowhere, during a storm to guide him safely to runway. Now, after landing, he discovered that there was no record of any other plane in the sky that night. When he goes to the control room, the lady said that there was no airplane in the sky except yours. So, what was that? Actually, that was the inner consciousness of the pilot. Any problem here? Any problem? Hi, Amrita. Musical word is saying, "Ma'am, जादू से आ गया." Yes, जादू. That was actually the inner consciousness. Fine. Question. How did the pilot feel when he was lost in the storm? Huh? How did the pilot feel when he lost in his storm? क्या हो गया था? हाँ, लड़का जी, समझ में आ गया जी आपको? Okay. Now, why did the pilot feel? Real name, please tell me your real name. I will take your real name. Don't worry. Fine. How did the pilot feel when he was lost in the storm? And actually, he was calling to PW to save him. Okay. Fine. Now, the pilot felt panicked and helpless when he got lost in the storm. He got panicked. Why? Because no instrument was working. There was no radar working. There was no radio that was working. No compass was working. So he became panicked. Fine. Now his compass and radio stopped working and he couldn't see through the dark cloud. He feared he might crash, but the appearance of the black airplane saved him. He might thought that he may be lost in this black storm. But what happened? It was saved by the mysterious plane. Fine. Any doubt? Problem? Now can we start with from the diary of Anne Frank? Ma'am, Nayan, have you forgot? Okay, you are Nayan. No. मैं कैसे भूल सकती हूँ नयन को? स्टार्ट करें? Pavan, let me start. Now, from the diary of Anne Frank, we are doing 4 questions of 3 marks that is purely related to repeated most PYQs. Fine. Now, the question here it is saying, what is Anne Frank relationship with her family like in diary? Very important question. We generally miss this question whenever we are doing PYQs. We generally skip this question. But this question is generally asked in the examination, whether it can come in 6 marks, whether it can come in 5 marks, whether it can come in 3 marks. So, I'm telling you the basic of 3 marks, but we can expand it to write it in the 6 marks. Fine. Now, Anne Frank's relationship with her family is complicated. While she loves her parents, she is often misunderstood by them, especially her mother, whom she criticized in her diary. Is it possible? Is it possible? No. So, why I have written this question? Why I have written this question? Because whenever there is one thing, we have the board exam, we generally try to switch on multiple channels. We generally try to take the multiple answer, but this is not the sample answer. And whenever you are getting this answer, fine, whenever you are getting this answer, straight away know for yourself. Why? Because this is out of the box for class 10th. So what we are going to write for class 10th, we don't have to write this answer. What we have to write the answer, I am going to write in front of you. Fine. So what is Anne Frank's relationship with her family like in diary? Now father के साथ क्या था? The most adorable. This is actually not wrong, but this is actually on the novel basis, right? So we do not have to write this answer. Now father was the most adorable one, and the mother was, mother, please tell me most adorable father in the world. And the mother was also very beautiful, right? She was having the sister name was Margot. Fine. It was she was the birthday presents when they shifted, right? Sister was Margot and grandmother. And the grandmother was the most that the Anne was attached towards her. Fine. After this we could say, but she was having near about 30 people whom she could say friends. Fine. Could say friends, but she wasn't having any bond with them. Bond ki kami thi. Fine. We have to write this. So whenever, if in your most of the books I have seen this answer is written, you do not have to write this answer. Why? Because for class 10th, this answer is not applicable. समझ में आया? Most of the books you could find out this answer is written. Most of the sites on Google, if you are watching, this answer is written. But we do not have to do this answer for your board exam. That is why I brought this question in front of you. Fine? Because whenever there is a novel based question answer, what 10 से बढ़कर answer दे रखा है उन्होंने. Now, how does Anne cope with the difficult circumstances of hiding during the Holocaust? So, what the question is going to be asked here? What is going to be asked here? What is the difficult circumstances Anne was finding? Bolo. Bolo. Anyone? She thought that diary have more patience than people. Very good, Nayan. Any other answer? Any other answer? History question. Yes, beta Devesh. Now, very nice. Now, let us do some other question from Glimpses of India first. Then I am going to take that same question जो Google पे दे रखा है और आप उसको आंसर में लिख देते हैं. Fine, I am going to take it afterward, but first of all, we should complete the whole chapters. Now, Glimpses of India. Fine, Glimpses of India. What role did the baker play in the Goan village life? समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ, समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. Now, what role did the baker play in the Goan village life? Could you tell me? In the Goa culture, baker play a prominent role. Even though Portuguese rule had been finished or vanished in the Goa culture, but the baker still remain. है ना? So what we have to write here, the baker was an important figure in the Goan village. He supplied bread for every occasion. Means bread play a prominent role there, right? Even though in birth, in wedding में क्या बनाती थी मम्मा? Sandwich. Festival like Christmas, bolinas, right? In birth, there is a sweet cookie. People eagerly waited his arrival as bread was the staple in their daily life. Means the basic food. Any doubt? Any doubt? Can we do with another question? Okay. Hi, Unnati. Now, how could one recognize the baker arrival in the village? बहुत प्यारा क्वेश्चन है, 4 मार्क कर लेते हैं. फाइन, 4 मार्क का क्वेश्चन. Now, how could one recognize the baker arrival in the village? Huh? Baker is not doing hello ma'am. Baker is not saying hi Piyush. Baker is not saying moonlight. Baker is not saying hi Anupriya. How the baker presence is coming? Huh? They are not giving the heart reaction. They are not saying hello. How the baker presence is coming? Okay. The baker arrival was recognized by jang jang sound of the bamboo sound staff. मतलब bamboo staff means this shape and jang jang sound, or you could some pronounce like jangan. Fine. Children would rush to greet him, hoping to get some bread bangles or other food. लोग भागते थे, बच्चे भागते थे to have that bread bangle, that is the sweet bread, right? Any doubt? Any doubt? कोई तो बताओ. Now can we do with the Coorg one? Huh? Greeting the lady of the house, Sarvesh. Okay. Amrita. Aditya and Amrita, please, no love story here. No. No, please. आप कहाँ से हो, आप कहाँ से नहीं हो? No, please, no. Let us study now. Why is Coorg referred to as land of rolling hills? Most important. Okay. Now, why is Coorg referred to as land of rolling hills? Okay. Coorg is referred to as the land of rolling hills because of its lush green hills, coffee plantation, and forests that stretch across the landscape. This can come in 1 mark as well, and this question as a whole is of 3 marks. Fine. Now, because of its lush green hills, coffee plantation, and forests that stretch across the landscape, the scenery hills make it one of the most picturesque region of India. Any doubt? Because the Coorg is surrounded by, why rolling hills? Which hills are there? Brahmgiri hills. So you have to write the point Brahmgiri hills as well. Fine. Fine. Clear? Okay. Next question. Next question. What is the connection between Coorg and its brave warriors? Again, most important. What is the connection between Coorg and its brave warriors? Warrior. Huh? Now, what is the connection between Coorg and its brave warriors? What is the connection? Someone? Now, the people of Coorg are known as are known for their bravery and martial traditions. Means Coorg are the people who are known for its bravery. Only the Coorg people or Kodavu are allowed to keep the pistol without any license. Fine. So many Coorgis had served the Indian Army forces. The first General Cariappa was Coorgi, and the region is also home to the Cariappa, the first Indian Commander-in-Chief for the Indian Army. Yes, ऐसा बोला जाता है that when the Alexander army comes to India, they were not, because of some reason, they didn't went back, and because of that, they settled in the South India, in the Coorg region. So Coorg have the totally different tradition. They are not following Hindu mainstream, right? So Divesh could tell me more about it because Divesh is from South India in the comment section, right? Now, why is Gavin Maxwell decide to keep an otter as a pet? Now chapter आ गया Mijbil the otter. Chapter Mijbil the otter. Did we start? Should we start? Lakshya saying, ma'am, Aditya को देख लो. हाँ. Aditya and Amrita, last warning. Otherwise, I won't allow you to comment. Love story बीच में ही खत्म हो जाएगी. Fine. Soon ending of your love story. So better don't comment, right? Why did Gavin Maxwell decide to keep an otter as a pet? Now, after the death of his pet dog, the author felt lonely and wanted a new pet. After the death of the pet dog, he felt very much lonely and he thought that he wanted to keep the pet. Fine. So he decided that he should keep an otter after seeing their playful and intelligent nature during the time when he was in Iraq. Fine. And because they were relatively uncommon as pets, so he thought that he should keep otter as a pet because in Iraq, surrounded by Tigris marshes, there are many of the Iraq people, they are keeping otter as a pet. So otter actually was an water animal, and he was going to the California, and there also there was a sea, so that is why he thought to keep an otter. Clear? Now, how did Mijbil behave during the first few days in the author's home? Question समझ में आ रहा है? समझ में आ रहा है? Question बोल रहा है, how did Mijbil behave during the first few days in the author's home? Important है, mark कर लो. ठीक है? How did Mijbil behave during the first few days in the author's home? कैसे? Now, initially, Midge was aloof and slept alone. Mijbil was aloof. He was sad. He was alone. ठीक है? And gradually, he became curious and he became playful, exploring every corner of the house. He showed unique behaviors such as turning on taps and playing with water. Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? Hi Pawan, you are from Karnataka. Hi. So you must have gone to Coorg, na? Huh. Any doubt? Okay, okay, okay. Ramesh Kumar. These questions will be covered up in 6 marks. I'm going to take the same. Fine. Now, okay. How did Mijbil create chaos during the flight to London? The question generally is asked in the board that how was Mijbil behavior during the flight, or what was the episode, or they could ask you the question, describe the plot of the journey, right? Now, how did Midge create chaos during the flight to London? Clear? Now, during the flight to London, Mijbil escaped from his box and created a scene in the aircraft. He ran all around the cabin, causing confusion among passengers and crew. Eventually, he returned to the author when called. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully here. This is 3 marks. Fine. When the question is asked in the 5 marks or 6 marks, you can elaborate more. But this is the sample answer. You can elaborate with more words written in the chapter itself. है ना? Chapter में लिखा होगा, so you have to explain this. You can explain the whole episode. है ना? For example, he went to there was a person in a white turban. He was eating the curry. Mijbil went straight towards the ball, and the curry was on the face of that white turban person. Fine, but the air hostess was so much friendly. She said to the author to sit there. She will find out, but there was a noise. There was a chuckling of the noise, and there was a Mijbil. There was an otter on the feet. Fine. So you could write this. Clear? Huh? Nancy ji, there are different chapter along with the different class. है ना? Comment करने से पहले I'm asking you, but to see the thumbnail, fine. 1 marker, 3 marker, 5 marker, 6 marker, fine. When you are seeing the thumbnail, you will be understanding the point that what is going to be asked, what the teacher is going to teach in the session, rather than just commenting blindly. Okay. Now, what made Midge an unusual pet? What made Mijbil an unusual pet? One word answer from you guys. I'm just waiting to get the answer. Fine. So what made Mijbil an unusual pet? हम बताओ. Mijbil was actually unusual means uncommon. Fine, uncommon. So Mijbil was uncommon because otter are not common pets. Otter are actually the water animals. We couldn't find the otter surrounded by our home even though. Fine. They are generally found in the Iraq. So the otter pet is actually not common. But he was highly intelligent, loved playing with water and displayed unique behavior such as using the paws skillfully. But otter was actually an intelligent pet. Fine. And he loves to play with the water because he was a water animal. Fine. And he describing the behavior that were more attractive. How skillfully he is using the paws to play the rubber ball. Right. His antics and personality made him delightful and one of a kind of a companion. So we could say he was very good companion. One of a kind of companion. Any problem? Any problem? Bye Garima, you can leave right now. Abhi jao. Now, why did Valli want to ride the bus? Now we are going to come on the next chapter, that is the Madam Rides the Bus. है ना? Madam Rides the Bus. So Madam Rides the Bus, we are going to cover up 3 marks question. Could we start? Could we start? Pawan Patel 4 marks question are not coming in CBSE. After 3 marks, we are going to come for 5 marks questions, right? One of the kind companion here means, okay, doubt, Sonia. You are saying what does it mean by one of kind companion? One of the kind companion here refers to one of the most friendly companion. ठीक है, जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना, one of the kind companion. He is so much that other person is so friendly with us. We comfort zone that. Okay. Pawan, you are from state board, but I am teaching for CBSE, so I couldn't conduct 4 marks question. Sorry. Okay. Is there any name of Valli's village? No, Danish. No. Okay, Vansh. Fine. Bye. Hey, ma'am. Okay. Now listen to me very carefully. Hindi nahi aati kya? Okay. On which channel you are seeing this session? You are seeing on PW English Medium. The channel name is PW English Medium class 9th and 10th, right? PW English Medium. The English medium here refers to that the teaching method of every teacher will be in English language. Fine. It will be in English language. Hindi aati hai mujhe, but bolni English. Fine. Now, every doubt is cleared now. Fine. Every doubt is cleared now. Why did Valli want to ride a bus? Ride the bus. Very important question. The basic question from Madam Ride the Bus, that why did Valli want to ride the bus? We are generally the question is what is the fare of the bus? How the Valli is attracted to have the bus ride? The same question is why did Valli want to ride the bus? Clear ho gaya? Okay. Valli was an 8-year-old girl. Valli was an 8-year-old girl, fascinated by the bus journey to the nearby town. She was so much fascinated because there was one bus that was coming and going in each hour, right? So she wanted to experiencing the thrill of the ride, see the sight along the way, and explore the world outside her village and all her home. She just want to have explored the bus ride, and she was fascinated by the bus and the new set of passengers at each hour, since she wasn't having the same age playmates. So only thing Valli could do is to explore, is to see the world around, and that was so playful for Valli, and she's enjoying the most. Fine. Clear? Any doubt? Any doubt? No. How did Valli arrange for her bus ride? How did Valli arrange for her bus ride? Means the question can ask how the Valli, how arrange the money for the bus ride. Clear a question? Question can come in this form as well. Okay. Now, Valli saved money by being disciplined and not spending things like toys, peppermint, or on merry-go-round. Valli was only 8 years old, but she was so much disciplined. But in 10th class, we are not 8 years old, but we are not disciplined. Why? Because we are just confused with the surrounding, right? So people, Valli saved the money by being disciplined and not spending on things like toys, peppermint, and merry-go-round. Very important 1 mark. यहाँ से 1 mark का आ जाएगा answer. Now she carefully calculated the cost of the ticket. This is 1 mark. Fine. And this managed to save just enough for the journey. This is 1 mark. So how the 3 marks has been distributed here, I am going to tell you in front. Fine. 3 marks. Answer should be divided into 3 points. Fine. But in a paragraph form because it is an English subject. Okay. Now, next question. What side did Valli enjoy during the bus journey? Important. 5 star. Fine. Okay. What side did Valli enjoy during the bus journey? हाँ बताओ, अब बताओ मुझे. No, you have to tell me. No comments like this. You have to tell me the answer now. Now, what sides did Valli enjoy during the bus journey? ठीक है, समझ में आ गया समझ? Okay. हाँ, very good creation. Grassland, palm trees, mountain, plains. Very nice, very nice, very nice. A cow, very good creation. Now, during the bus journey, Valli enjoyed the scenic beauty of the field, tree, distant mountains, and the canal. She was especially excited to see a cow running in the middle of the road, which amused her greatly. Means bus was, since there was a cow that was coming in front of the bus, and when there was a beep, the cow was jumping due to the anxiousness, because due to anxiety, right? Anxiously, the cow was jumping. So it was fascinating the Valli. Sure, Javed ji, sure. Now, bilkul beta. How did Valli feel when she saw the dead cow on her way back? How did the Valli feel when she saw the dead cow on her way back? What was the emotions of the Valli, right? Now, when Valli saw the same cow lying dead on the road on her return journey, she was deeply saddened. Means it was actually the turning point of the Valli life, that she could understand the death is common for all. The beautiful creature, once when she was going to the town, the cow was jumping. So beautiful cow it is, but now it is so haunted. The legs are spread, the blood is coming. Fine. So the sight of lifeless animal took away all her excitement and made her realize the harsh reality of the life. Fine. Next question. The sermon at Banaras. The sermon at Banaras. Can we start? Can we start now? The next chapter, the sermon at Banaras. Chaliye. Why did Gautam Buddha leave his home? Gautam Buddha, why did he leave his home? Because he just want to have that spiritual awakening, the wisdom of knowledge, right? Now, enlightenment. Gautam Buddha left his home after seeing the suffering of the world. When he saw the suffering of the world, that there was a sick man, an old man, a dead body, these sight deeply moved him, and he decided to seek the truth about life, suffering, and death by renouncing world pleasure. Clear hai? When Gautam Buddha saw that there is a funeral procession, there is a monk begging for alms. There was a sick man, there was an old man, there was a funeral procession. He come to know the suffering of the world, and to get that enlightenment, he went to the sea. Next. What does the first sermon delivered by Buddha? Very important. What does the first sermon delivered by Buddha? Clear hai? Question means we have to explain what the sermon that has been given to 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶, we have to just explain that, we just have to elaborate that. Okay. Now, Buddha first sermon was delivered at Benares. The Buddha first sermon was delivered at Benares, where he taught that if the life is full of suffering caused by desire and attachment, he emphasized the importance of detachment, compassion, and self-control to overcome sorrow and attain enlightenment. The first sermon, now you can explain the point of 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶 as well. ठीक है, 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶 का point भी बताना है आपको. Why? Because this is 3 marks for board level. 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶, the Buddha first sermon at Benares was given by Buddha to 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶. 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶 was having only one son and he was dead. Now explain the other part. This is the value based part. अब explain करो ये वाला point. क्या कि बुद्धा ने बताया कि life is full of suffering, means everyone is having their own challenges, everyone is having their own suffering, but why the suffering is there in our life? Because of our attachment, है ना? Because of our desire. We want to become this, we want to become this, and we want to become this. We are having so much multiple thoughts in our mind. हमें ये बनना, हमें ये बनना, हमें ये बनना. But that thought is so much overcome our hard work that we are doing nothing, right? हम सोचते ही रह जाते, करते कुछ नहीं. So self control is very important, compassion is very important, and the most important is detachment. Detach from everyone, because you have to score the goal, you have to reach the goal. Clear? Any doubt? Can we go with another question? Okay. What lesson did 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶 learn from Buddha sermon? Very, very important question from this chapter for 3 marks. What lesson did 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶 learn from Buddha sermon? Now see the question that is coming from the sermon at Benares. They are not asking you the direct question. They are asking you the value based, and 90% CBSE paper will be on value based. चाहे वो 3 number का हो, चाहे वो 6 number का हो. Whether it may be 5 marks as well. They are going to ask on the value points. कि आपकी अब सोच क्या है? What is your mindset to give the answer? Right? Now, 𝐾𝐂𝐴𝐶 learned that death inevitable and universal. Means death is common for all. You couldn't ignore the death. After losing her only son, she realized, though Buddha teaching, that no family is free from death and sorrow. Through Buddha teaching, what was Buddha teaching? Go and bring the handful of mustard seed from that particular house where no one had ever died. And what they reply from the people Kisa got me God, that living are few but dead are many. Don't make us remember those things. है ना? So, death and sorrow. So she understood the importance of acceptance and letting go of grief. Means she understood you have to accept something. There will be the challenges in the life, beta. You have to accept this. Whenever you have the power of acceptance, half of the grief will be saying you tata. Just accept the situation and just move on. Right? Any other doubt? Any doubt? Now, good afternoon, Shruti, Aman, good afternoon. Now, what is the central idea of the sermon at Benares? Because this is the sermon that has been given by the Buddha. So, the question from this chapter is going to be asked in the similar way. Ki what is the central idea? What the teaching you got from the Kisa Gautami? Fine. Now, the central idea of sermon is that suffering is an integral part of life and the way to overcome is by accepting the inevitability. Bar from the chapter they are saying you that you have to accept the situation. You have to accept that I haven't prepared for 100% of my board exam, so I have to study. Fine. So these challenges can come in any situation, not only in studies, but the main thing is you have to accept first of all. Fine. Buddha teaches that detachment and understanding the universality of death helps you attain peace and enlightenment. You have to accept that you have to detach you from yourself from this worldly pleasure. Clear hai? Any doubt? Any doubt? Please comment. Otherwise, give the thumbs up. Now, the proposal, the play. Our first flight, last chapter. I'm going to start with the poem as well, but the last chapter, most important, 3 marks question. The proposal, the play. Could we start now? Okay. Now, see, why does Lumov visit Natalia's house? Basic question here, basic. But how you are writing in 3 marks, how you are writing in 6 marks, that could vary. Part of 6 mark question, 3 marks, why did Lumov visit Natalia's house? Compare with the Hari Singh in the thief story, that will be 6 mark question. Fine. Now, why does Lumov visit Natalia's house? समझ आया? What we have to write? Lumov visit Natalia's house to propose marriage to her. To propose her or to propose marriage to her. For Lumov visit Natalia for the marriage proposal. You could write this. He considered it good match due to similar social standing, due to similar wealth of the family. एक आंसर को आप 2-3 बारी लिख सकते हैं, right? So, due to similar social understanding or due to similar social status or due to similar wealth of the family, right? And neighboring estate. However, this nervousness leads to argument instead of straightforward proposal. Now, yes, very good, Danish, very good, Danish. However, this nervousness lead to argument instead of straightforward proposal. And what were the argument? You have to explain this in a 6 marks, but since 3 marks some argument likhkar hi, we can let it go. But what were the argument? First of all, it was the argument in the oxen meadows, right? On the oxen meadows, and next was on dogs. Clear? And we could write due to the social standing and neighboring estate as well as due to declining health of Lumov. Fine, यहाँ पे भी लिखना है. Clear है? बेटा कोई डाउट हो कमेंट कर देना. डाउट लेके घर नहीं जाना. Fine. Next, what do Lumov and Natalia argue about? What were the arguments? What were the arguments? Now, what do Lumov and Natalia argue about? किस पे बहस कर रहे थे? What they were arguing about? First of all, I told you the first one was oxen meadows and the second one was dog. Fine. So Lumov and Natalia argue about the petty issues, means छोटे मोटे issues, that the ownership of oxen meadows, burnt marsh के बीच में. Now what was the argument base? That Natalia was saying that oxen meadows are ours, but Lumov was saying that oxen meadows was once the disputed property, but I could show you the papers, oxen meadows are ours. Now Natalia is saying that oxen meadows are ours, so this was the power of confusion. Fine. Now meadows and whose dog squeezer or guess is better. This tribal dispute distract them from the real purpose of Lumov's visit. Very nice. कोई problem है? So since it is a 3 marks question ना, इसलिए इसमें ज़्यादा explain नहीं है. But if it will be 5 marks or 6 marks, we could explain more. Fine. But this is a sample answer. Fine. You have to explain the points as per the chapter as well, ताकि वो 3 marks में और detail में लगे, है ना? No. Next question. How does Chubukov react to Lumov's proposal? ठीक है, how does Chubukov react to Lumov's proposal? Give me the 1 mark answer. Give me the 1 mark answer here. Okay. Now, Chubukov initially welcomed Lumov warmly and is eager for the proposal. Means Chubukov was very happy with the marriage proposal because of the same wealth. Fine, because of the same family wealth. Now, however, during the argument between Lumov and Natalia, he gets frustrated. Despite this, he ultimately supports the proposal to ensure the reconciliation. Any doubt? Any doubt? किसी को कोई problem? Please बताइए. How is the proposal a satire on marriage? Now, by showing how materialistic and petty concern dominate over genuine love or compatibility. Now, from this marriage proposal or from the proposal play, we could understand the people are so much materialistic, right? Means for the sake of money, they are just leaving the relation. They are just going into a different relation. Why? Because of the money, right? And the real truth, the real love, the real compatibility, they are actually missing, right? So, argue over tribal matter, yet they engage, highlighting the absurdity of their priority. Means wealth was so much important, they are actually married. Fine. Now, next question, how does the poet describe the effect of the snow on him? Dust of snow. Now, from here we are starting poem. Poem generally are asked in 5 marks question, but if they are asked individually in 3 marks, there are 4 important questions on the screen. Could we start? Could we start? Yes, humor and exaggeration only. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Creation here it is referred to, you are asked, you are doubting this question. Means the proposal chapter, जो marriage पे था, it is on the basis of humor one, right? How? Because they are giving more importance on the wealth, more important on the money rather than love and compatibility. Fine. Any doubt? Dust of snow. Start. Danish, Nandita, Shivam, Aditya, Vikas, Sharda, Unknown Mystery, Whistler. I'm going to beat you now, Whistler. Thank you. I'm cute. Oops, thank you so much. Now, starting with the poem, Dust of Snow. Jishnu, Jonav. It means humorous, an exaggerated one. Fine. How does the poet describe the effect of snow on him? A dust of snow put down on me from a hemlock tree saved some part of the day I'll ruin. Poem में पढ़ा था. Fine. So, the snow falling from the hemlock tree has a refreshing effect on the poet. Means it had saved the part of the. Okay. It changes his mood from one of the sadness and a gloom to one of joy and hope. Means he was very much sad. He was in a very saddened mood or in a sorrow. But the dust of snow changes his mood. Fine. The dust of snow represent a small but significant movement that lifts its spirits and brings a sense of renewal. Any doubt? Any doubt? The mood of saved the day. Very good, unknown mystery. Sachin Yadav couldn't explain in Hindi. मैं नहीं बता सकती. Channel देख लो बच्चा. Okay. What is the significance of hemlock tree in the poem? Now, what is the significance? Actually, the hemlock tree generally considered as the poisonous tree. Means the hemlock tree is not the reason for someone's happiness. But what was the relevance of hemlock tree on the poet or in the poem? Fine. Now, the hemlock tree traditionally associated with poison and death, right? But it contrasted with the lightness of snow. It presents in the poem at depth by suggesting that even sometimes seeming dark or negative can bring about a positive change when combined with nature beauty such as falling snow. So, here it is referring that even though you are thinking that everything is so much negative, but that negative situation can change into a beautiful one with the blessing of God, with the blessing of the nature. Like the here blessing of the nature, universe, that is snow. Fine. Next. Why does the poet use the phrase a change of mood? Question समझ में आ रहा है? Why does the poet use the phrase a change of mood? A change of mood means actually the poet was sad beforehand, but now he is happy. So that is why a change of mood. The poet uses a change of mood to indicate how the falling snow changes his perspective. Initially, he feels downhearted, but unexpected falling snow has the therapeutic effect, turning the mood from sadness to cheerful even in a brief moment. Now, if we have to explain into a simplest manner, that the poet mood was not happy, fine, he was sad, but that a thing, dust of snow, had changed the mood. Now, it was like the therapy for him to relax his mind into a peaceful way. समझ में आया? Now, next question. How does the poem Dust of Snow reflect the theme of nature healing power? बेटा आपको जो लगता है ना कि अरे this is one poem, fine, 5 marks के extract base में आ जाएगी, but if it is coming in 3 marks, that question is so much tricky that you could say, अरे ma'am, what to write in this answer? The poem was just of 8 lines, ma'am. What we have to write in 8 lines here, right? Now, the poem reflects the theme of nature healing power by showing how a simple interaction with the nature, such as falling of snow, can alter one's state of mind. Means they are saying you that from the Dust of Snow poem, we are able to understand a simple change in the nature could change the state of mind of us. Now, poet mood changes from sorrow to happiness, and that is demonstrating the nature, the ability to uplift and transform. ठीक है, clear? Next question. Next question. What is the poet mean by fire in the poem? Now we are on fire and ice. Fire and ice. Can we start with fire and ice? 3 marks. Okay. Fire. What do you mean by fire? Fire refers to our desire. Fire refers to the greed. Fine. है ना? Now, in the poem Life, fire symbolize the intense emotions such as desire, greed and lust. These strong passionate feelings can lead to destructive outcomes just as fire consumes everything in its path. Now, listen to me very carefully here. Okay. यहाँ पर ये चीज बोल रखी है that fire refers to the emotion of ours. We want to grow in life. Fine, we want to grow in life. Yes or no? In the comment section, if I am taking Amrita or Nandita, Nandita, tell me, we want to grow in life? Nandita is saying, yes, ma'am. I am saying you, Nandita, if I am giving you 100 rupee, if I am giving you 100 rupee to complete this test, fine. And if I am giving you, and if I am giving Amrita 50 rupees to complete the task, fine. So, Amrita will here feel what? कि उसे dominate means उसे opportunity अच्छी नहीं मिल रही है, right? उसे 50 rupees मिल रहे हैं, है ना? So, Amrita would be in the destructive state. What, ma'am? You are giving 100 rupees to her. I am going to snatch 100 rupees from your hand when you are going to give to Nandita. Now, this is the destructive emotion, right? So, strong passionate feeling can lead to destructive outcomes just as fire consumes everything in its path. अरे हर्षराज गुप्ता, wow, wow, Harsh Gupta, very nice, very nice. Now, how does the poet view the destructive power of ice? Now, the thing is, Amrita can do 2 things. Amrita can hate Nandita, or Amrita can have a lust, Amrita can have a greed, and Amrita can snatch 100 rupees. But, or the second thing is, Amrita can hate me and Nandita both. Fine. So, the destructive is, ice in the poem represent cold emotions like hatred, indifference and intolerance. Amrita is saying, मेरे से नहीं हो रहा, बस बहुत हो गया. Fine. While fire is destructive due to intensity, ice is equally dangerous because it can freeze and stifle, leading to emotional and social destruction. Now, listen to me very carefully. We have 2 states of mind. The one state of mind is when we want to win in our life, but we have to increase our own speed. Have you seen a race? Have you seen a race? Yes. And have you seen there are certain obstacles and you have to jump and reach to your goal? Yes. You have 2 options in the life. First, if you want to win the race, you have to increase the speed of yours. And the second is, if you want to win the race, you can kick someone and you can move forward. So that is the destructive part. That is the destructive, your desire, your greed, in short. Right? चलिए जी, next question. Next question. What does the poet suggest about the end of the world? Important. Poet is saying, if I had to support, I will be going to support the fire. The fire here refers to the greed, the lust, the desire of the people. But I know enough of hate among the people, and if the world has to perish twice, I am going to support the ice as well. So, first priority is given to fire, and the second priority is given to ice. Fine. So, the poet suggests the world could end in 2 ways, either by fire representing the intense desire and passion, or by ice representing cold hurtness and hatred. Now, both the elements are capable of bringing about destruction, and the poet believes both would lead to the world's end. Clear? Clear? Next, why does the poet consider both fire and ice as destructive? दोनों ही destructive क्यों थी? Why? The poet considered both fire and ice destructive because they represent two extreme forces of human. Because they both are the emotions, na? Listen to me very carefully. Both are destructive. Whether you are hating someone or whether you are having the desire कि सामने वाला हार जाए. Both are your lust or your hate. Both are your emotions. And when the emotion overpower us, the destruction is on the way. So the same thing. Fire symbolize desire and greed, while ice symbolize hatred and coldness. Can freeze when hold progress, both which can lead to ruin. Next question. Fire is lust, beta. Danish. Do PYQs. And sample paper is important. And in this video, I am bringing sample paper and PYQs, both questions, right? A tiger in the zoo. A tiger in the zoo. Okay, Sana Khan. Okay. Okay. There are many in course A. Shikha Rajput. Ayush Rajput. आयुष ओके मैम ये चैप्टर एक ही बार नहीं पढ़ा हूँ ओके could we start now give the thumbs up okay name क्या है my name is Rubena Talwar right now how does the poet describe the tiger in the zoo how does the poet describe a tiger in the zoo love you too in the zoo love you too now in the zoo the tiger is described as a majestic and powerful creature yet it is confined to a small cage now describe the poet how does the poet describe the tiger in the zoo means the tiger is having so much power but he is behind the bars means his strength has been behind the bars now the poet highlight the contrast between tiger natural grace and the strength means how much tiger is powerful but now he is behind the bars and constrained life it can lead to bars in the zoo. Any doubt? Miss you ma'am miss you too. Next what does the poet mean when he says the tiger shock in a vivid sight I am saying you most ever repeated PYQ most ever repeated PYQ okay how does the poet what does the poet mean when he says tiger shock in his vivid sight okay the poet uses phrases shock in his vivid sight to describe the tiger's striking appearance and predatory behavior means how the tiger is having the appearance in behind the bars right and the next thing is what is the natural behavior of the tiger when he is in the zoo now however this image is a reminder that tiger natural behavior is stifled in the zoo means here the tiger natural behavior is behind the bars is trapped and is unable to roam freely in the wild next अब क्लियर हो गई आवाज आयुष राजपूत I'm going to tell this answer in 5 marks question fine I know that you must be curious to know the writer name but that is going to be the part of 5 marks question not here okay whenever now how does the poet Okay. How does the poet contrast the tiger life in the zoo when it is natural habitat? Okay, with its natural habitat. Question में problem है कोई? Please, I'm saying you read the question first. How does the poet contrast the tiger's life in the zoo with its natural habitat? Means question is that similar only which we are doing in the classroom. That is, contrast the tiger behavior when he is in the zoo or when he is in the wild. The question यही पूछ रहा है बस. But the thing is different language. Now, the poet contrasts the tiger life in the zoo with its natural habitat by describing the tiger as a pacing restlessly in a small cage. Means the tiger strength is behind the bar. So just what he was doing, he was just moving like this and stalking the length of the cage. Right? Now, in the wild, if he must be in the forest, the tiger would be free to hunt. Why I am saying he here? Because to personify the tiger, fine. Otherwise, we use it for the animal, right? In the wild, the tiger would be free to hunt and roam in the forest. But in the zoo, it is reduced to the passive, tamed version of itself. Okay, ji. Lofty edit. Suno. Listen to me, beta. Every teacher is the best teacher. But sometimes what happened na, there may be the people, there may be the student, आपको अपनी टीचर से बहुत अच्छा समझ में आ रहा होगा. Fine. Why? Because you have created a bond with that teacher. So it is very beautiful that you are respecting your teacher. But don't distract here. Fine. Can we do this? Can we do this? Thank you so much. Now, why does the poet refer to the tiger as a mighty hunter? A mighty hunter. क्यों बोला था? To emphasize its natural power means the tiger is having the natural power to hunt someone, na? Right? To hunt someone. In the will, मतलब he do not want the permission of yours, है ना? Tiger is not going to ask, Nishant, could I hunt that animal? No, the tiger is having the natural behavior that he could hunt, that the tiger could hunt anyone. Fine. So, but here in the poem, the tiger part is confined among the cage. In the cage. Now, can it be contrasted with trees of the poem trees? Yes, very beautiful. Who has given this question to me? Smallest. Yeah. In the comment, I got the beautiful comment. The person is saying, बच्चा कह रहा है कि मैम क्या जो टाइगर की जो पावर है that is confined in the cage, could we compare to the trees that are in the veranda and that knocking the window glass to go into the forest? Very beautiful, very beautiful. Next. Now, what is the tone of the poem? How to tell wild animals? Humorous tha na? Humorous tha? Right. It can be, no, beta, Danish, it can be contrasted, but in the chapter, we generally have the contrast of two chapters or the contrast of two poems, right? So that is why I was saying to this one. What is the tone of the poem? How to tell wild animals? Kya tone thi? Oops. Now, the tone of the poem is humorous and playful. The tone of the poem is humorous and playful. The poet uses wit and light-hearted description to teach the reader about different animals. Means here the poet is going to tell every animal, describing every animal without giving a dangerous look. Means in a very beautiful manner, in a wit situation, right? Highlight the trying or to identify them in a humorous way. Means the poet is telling every animal in a very humorous way. How does the poet describe a tiger? How does the poet describe the tiger? It's a big Asian lion. Very beautiful. Like if it eats you, you would know who is he. Black stripes. Tiger. Very good, Danish. Very good. Now, see, the poet described a tiger as a fearsome animal. Tiger is like जिसे हमें डर लगे, fearsome, with a characteristic striped pattern. Characteristic मतलब striped pattern on a yellow base, black stripes, right? If you encounter a tiger, the poet humorously advised that you should not worry about identifying because the tiger will likely make its presence known by attacking you. Means the tiger will attack you and you do not have to be confused here. Now, what is the key characteristic of the lion in the poem highlights? Lion. Lion के बारे में क्या बोला था? It's an Asian lion, Bengal tiger, right? The poet points lion is the most plainly identified as its mane. The lion mane is so distinctive feature that set apart from other wild animals, and the poet suggests that if you encounter a lion, its mane will be your food. मतलब ये जो lion होगा वो बस the lion will be making that sound, you will be able to understand. Okay. Okay. How does the poet distinguish between leopard and cheetah? Now it is very important. Leopard here referred to having black holes, right? Like the black peppery spot. And what the cheetah? Playfully implies that cheetah will be faster than the leopard and the speed is a key difference. So ये paragraph में आया था, important है. It is humorous. Means what is the difference between leopard and the cheetah? The main is speed. Main is speed. आगे चलते हैं. The ball poem. The ball poem. Start करें. Start करें. Could we start now? शिवम पिट्टी हो जाएगी तेरी, अब मैं बता रही हूँ शिवम. Now start. Why is ball important to the boy in the poem? Okay. The question here is why the ball is important for the poet or for the boy in the poem. Right? The ball is important to the boy because it represents something valuable to him, because it was of value for him. It is describing the innocence of the boy. It is describing to the joy of the boy. It is describing to the childhood of the boy. Okay? And when the ball was lost, it describes the emotional turmoil. Means as it is a symbol of attachment, material, possession, childhood pleasure to him. So that is why the ball was important to the boy. Now, next question. How does the boy react to the loss of the ball? What was the reaction of the ball? बताओ बच्चा. हाँ? The question is, how does the boy react to the loss of the ball? हमने देखा था when the ball was going towards the harbor, fine, and the boy was standing still. He was in the free zone. Why? Because he couldn't digest that he has lost his ball. Because first time in the life he understood the loss, epistemology of loss, right? The knowledge of loss. Now, the boy feel a deep sense of sorrow and helplessness. Means he was so much helpless at the loss of the ball. His reaction is one of the grief as he realizes the ball is gone forever and he feels the pain of losing something is cherished. The poem reflects the emotional growth the boy undergoes in dealing with the loss. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? Give the comment. Next. How does the poet mean the ball is gone? What does The poet theme, the ball is gone. Very important, 1 mark. But अगर ये 3 marks में question पूछा जाता है, what we have to explain, that is important. The ball is gone means the poet used the ball as a metaphor for the loss of the childhood innocence. Means first time the boy has felt that the material thing has been lost. He was playing with the ball from the childhood itself, right? From the childhood. Now, when the ball is gone, his childhood had gone. Now he had to realize the responsibility of the life. Fine. So, he first encountered with the loss, feeling nature of material things. How does the poem reflect the theme of loss and learning? Very important, value based है, important. Danish is saying, and the poet wanted the boy to learn. Very, very important, very important. Epistemology of loss here means the knowledge of loss. मतलब कि epistemology of loss means that wealth is, the ball is just a materialistic thing, right? But when that ball is lost, his childhood memories attached to it has been lost. For example, I'm saying you have the beautiful black pen, and the pen was given to you by one of your leaders or one of your teacher or one of your parent or one of your grandparents, and you love that pen so much. But one day you lost this pen. One day you lost this pen. Fine, I'm saying you, okay, fine, better, no problem. I will bring one black pen to you for you. I said, take here. Fine, I said, Sakshi, take this pen. But Sakshi is saying here, I couldn't have the memories attached towards this because आपने pen दिया है ना. So this means epistemology of loss. Fine. So how does the poem reflect on the theme of loss and earning? Now, the poem reflects that the theme of loss by showing how the boy learns to deal with the disappearance of something important to him. Means disappearance here means what is very much important to us had been lost by us, and we have to understand the meaning of loss here, right? So the loss of the ball symbolizes the broader experience of losing things in life, and the boy's emotional response, that is the process of growing up and accepting the loss as a part of life. Now उसे accept करना पड़ेगा ना, that loss is the part of life. Any doubt? The ball signifies, Bhavyan, the ball signifies the material loss, the epistemology of loss, not material only, you can say epistemology of loss. No, beta. देखो, N.A. Gregory is having the physical feature, right? Physical appearance. Here, ball referred to the materialistic thing. In the poem N.A. Gregory, they have explained you the importance of the physical beauty. That is attracting someone to love you, right? Now, Amanda. Why does the speaker repeatedly tell Amanda to do things? Here, speaker referred to the mother. Presumably the mother. Presumably by mother. Now, the mother of the Amanda is saying not to bite the nails, not to eat the chocolates, so that there may be the acne. It is the Amanda mother is continuously pointing out to the Amanda here. Why? To make Amanda fit in the society norms, right? So यहाँ पर हम क्या बोलेंगे? The speaker repeatedly tells Amanda to do things because she is concerned about her behavior and want her to follow rules. Now, she instructs on various tasks like sitting straight, cleaning her room, and doing homework, reflecting to attempt to guide Amanda's behavior and attitude. Second question, can we start? Can we start here now? Huh? Can we start now? चलिए देखिए. How does Amanda react to the constant scolding? Amanda कैसे constant scolding में react कर रही थी? So we have seen कि poem में ना 4 लाइनें दे रखी थी. और उसके बाद ब्रैकेट में बता रखा था. ब्रैकेट refers to that inner feelings of Amanda, है ना. So Amanda was thinking, first time she was thinking that she is an orphan, means she was not having the parents. Then she thought that she may be the mermaid. Then she thought that she is the lady that has been scolded by the witch. Fine. Now that only Rapunzel one. So Amanda react becoming more withdrawn and dreaming to escape from the reality. She imagined herself as a carefree character like mermaid, independent person to escape the pressure of being repentant. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? NCRT lessons are generally there. So after poem, we are going to do the footprints. What does Amanda dream of in the poem? What does Amanda dream? The first thing she was dreaming about was a mermaid, then orphan, then Rapunzel. Fine. Then Rapunzel. Now, in short, she was saying to become an independent. Fine. So that is. Next question. How does the poem reflect relationship between Amanda and her mother? Amanda and her mother. What was the relationship between Amanda and her mother? Batao, please. Everyone. Rapunzel. What is the significance of Amanda imagining herself as a mermaid or Rapunzel? Very important. हाँ. Very important here. See. यहाँ पर हमने Rapunzel. Amanda becoming an orphan means she is free to roam here and there. And if she is in the Rapunzel Danish, it here means that she can go here and there without, means she can live in the tart with a peace. मतलब कोई उसे disturb नहीं करेगा. That is the significance. ठीक है? Fine Danish, समझ में आ गया? Thumbs up. मतलब कि often here refers to that she can roam here and there without any restriction or without teasing. If she is a Rapunzel, she can live in the tower alone and nobody is there to disturb her. Nobody is putting the societal norms. Fine Danish? Now, next question, beta. How does the poem reflect the relationship between Amanda and her mother? Okay. Now, very good. Unknown mystery. Anime. I am also very irritated. Where should I focus on Morungi ki chocolate? Now, the poem reflects the strained relationship. Now here, the poem is reflecting a strained relationship between Amanda and her mother. Matlab, that the mother is constantly instructing the Amanda, do this, do that, do this. And Amanda is feeling suffocated and she's saying, Are yaar, mama, what you are doing? Huh? Means she is in that thought that she is not reacting this much also. Ki mama ye kyun keh rahe ho? Right? So, the poem shows the contrast between the mother concern and Amanda's desire for becoming free and independent. Mother wants that Amanda should be fit in the society, but Amanda is thinking for the independence. So, this is the main contrast. Any doubt? Comment. Next poem, the trees. Trees. Ayush Bhardwaj. Ayush Bhardwaj. Marungi. Now, the tree in the poem, what significance of tree in the poem? The tree refers to the women who is getting the independence, right? So here they refer to symbolize the renewable life and hope, means again the same hope among the women. Now the poet describes how the trees are growing and pushing against the wall of the houses, that is symbolizing the nature, resilience and ability to reclaim space. They represent the force of vitality, life and change. Means the life is full of change, and here the tree moving toward the forest refer to the reconnection, the reconciliation of the trees among the forest. Clear? Now, how does the poet describe the tree's growth? पोएट ने कैसे डिस्क्राइब करी थी ट्री की ग्रोथ को, राइट? नाउ द पोएट डिस्क्राइब ट्रीज ग्रोथ एज अनस्टॉपेबल एंड डिटरमाइंड. मतलब द ट्रीज की क्या ग्रोथ है? दैट इज अनस्टॉपेबल, मीन्स यू कुडंट कंट्रोल व्हेन एनीवन वांट टू हैव द फ्रीडम. Pushing toward the walls, that is depicting the same thing. And the structure of the house, though they are reclaiming the nature space and asserting the right to live freely, means they are pulling through the road. There are the crack on the floor, refer to that there is so much foundation on the women that from their own house only they are not getting the support to get free. You have to explain this thing. Next, how does the poet feel about tree presence? How does the poet feels about trees presence? Kaise? The poet feels the sense of awe and admiration toward the trees. While the tree growth disrupts the structure of the house, the poet sees as a positive force, nature reclaiming into the space and challenging human-made boundaries. Means when there, okay. Now, when the author was writing the long letters, she saw that there was a crack on the floors. There was on the window, glass window, the trees are watching towards the nature. तो यही चीज आपको explain करनी है. Fine. Next, what does the poem convey about relationship between the nature and human-made structure? Now it is like nature. The poem suggests power, uncontrollable force that can break through human-made structures. Now, the trees growing through the wall symbolize nature's ability to surpass the limit imposed by humans. Here refer to whether the humans are cutting the trees. अभी देखना ना, there is a fire in California. Sorry, there is a fire in Los Angeles. पता नहीं California कहाँ से याद आ गया. Sorry. Fine. Wait. Please read the answer for once. Okay. So, there is a fire in the Los Angeles, right? Actually, it is in California only, but I'm not symbolizing whole California here, right? So, we have seen when the nature is so much powerful, even though you are destroying the nature can destroy you, right? So, ability to surpass the limit imposed by humor, showing that the nature more resilient and dynamic than human comfort. अब जितने भी powerful हो जाओ, nature is going to attack. Clear? So, fog. Can we do the fog poem? Only one poem is left, right? After that, we are going to footprint without feet. ये skip कर दिया था नीरू. अब समझ में आ गया? How does the poet describe the fog? How does the poet describe the fog? Fog नहीं पढ़े हो, कोई बात नहीं, अभी पढ़ा देते हैं. Now, how does the fog describe the fog? How the poet describe the fog? The poet describes the fog as a small silent creature that come on little cat feet. Means here the fog movement is compared with the cat movement, right? Indirectly, metaphorically. Means now we could say the fog is telling the cat movement. Means non-living thing को living quality दे दी, personified fog as a cat. Fine. Means the fog is not aggressive nor loud. Actually, it is coming quietly, the pound, over the city like the cat and moving gently and not noticed, giving the impression of calmness and mystery. Now, what comparison does the poet make between fog and a cat? Now, since as cat saying sit looking over the harbor and the city on the silent haunches, means on the hips, since the cat is sitting quietly, same the fog is sitting quietly and spreading towards the whole city and going forward. Fine. Next, what effect does the fog have on the city or harbor? What effect does the fog has on the city or fog or harbor. The fog creates an atmosphere of stillness and quiet in the city and the harbor. Now, it envelops everything, making the environment appear hazy and mysterious. Now, the fog gentle presence gives the impression that the city is subdued and peaceful as it is silently blankets everything inside. Means, since the fog is coming to the city and it is just spreading over the city with the calmness view and without any noticeable thing, the fog is going out. So that only they are referring. So fine. Now, what is the overall tone of the poem? Fog. What is the overall tone? We could say, Manoj Kumar, when I am going to tell in the end this thing because मैं पूरी poetic device बताऊंगी. Fine. The overall tone of the poem is calm and contemplative. Now the poet presents the fog in a tranquil, most meditative way, we could say. Peaceful है. Fine, the tone is evoking a sense of quiet. Now the here the fog is representing the still beauty and quiet beauty, peaceful beauty. Right? Next, the tale of Custard the dragon. The tale of Custard the dragon. Could we start with the tale of Custard the dragon? Tale of Custard the dragon. Can we start? Okay. मैं ठीक हूँ. So fog can be seen with. Yup. Okay. Starting. Only 2 poems are left. Then we will be starting with footprint without feet. पहले हम पूरी poems को complete कर लेते हैं. Then I am going to give you 2 minutes conversation time with me. Fine. Just give me 5 minutes to 10 minutes. I am going to explain these 2 poems. Then I am going to have the doubt, and then we will be proceeding with the footprints. बहुत कम है, ठीक है? Now, how is Custard the dragon different from the other animal in the poem? Custard the dragon has big sharp teeth, right? How the Custard the dragon is different from the other animal? There was the dragon. The Custard was dragon, but actually he was a coward. उसे डर बहुत लगता था. So the Custard the dragon is portrayed as timid and cowardly creature. मतलब डरपोक था. Unlike the other animals in the poem. While the other animals like the tiger, lion and snake are brave and confident, Custard is constantly afraid and hides in the cage whenever the danger arises. So he was actually a danger person. Very nice, very nice. What event made Custard show his true courage? When there was a pirate in the house, one leg of wood and having the pistol in one hand, second hand, fine, and having the cutlass on the mouth. When the pirate entered the house, threatened the other animal, Custard shows the courage. कैसे show करा था? Despite his unusual timidity, मतलब डरपोक और टागर, he suddenly bursts out of the cage and attacks the pirate. He generally what he did? Attack the pirate. And the act of courage surprised the other animal as they had previously underestimated him. Fine, because they have underestimated him. Next, how does the other animal react to the Custard bravely? First of all, they were just dancing over all the Custard. For example, I am saying Danish, Sharda, सब क्या कर रहे हैं? Custard के आसपास नाच रहे हैं. But after that, they are saying, "Arey, we were so much confused." I am saying, "Arey, I was so much confused. I am actually braver than you." Fine. Now the Custard will be saying, "Okay, you are brave. I am not brave." Right? So the other animal who had mocked the Custard for being cowardly are amazed by the bravery. They had always boasted about their own strength, but the Custard action showed their bravery in an unexpected form. The animal, especially the tiger and the lion, are humbled by the Custard heroic act. Now, what is the theme of the tale, the Custard the dragon? Amrita, there are so much fans of yours. Can we start? Okay. What is the theme of the tale, the Custard the dragon? है ना? Start करते हैं. The theme of the poem revolves around courage and the idea that bravery doesn't always look like what we expect. Very important. Sometimes now we generally see the person and we are saying, अरे ma'am, you know, he is coward. अरे बड़ा डरपोक है मैम, बहुत डरपोक है, सबसे डरता रहता है. But sometimes the situation comes that innocent person became brave when the situation arises, right? So sometimes we are feeling so much lethargic. हमें बहुत डर लग रहा होगा, हम बहुत ज़्यादा डरपोक हो रहे होंगे. But when the situation will hit you now, that coward nature of ours will be like the casted the dragon. Okay. Now, despite casting outward timidly, he shows the courage when it matters the most. मतलब जब situation में चाहिए था, then your presence should be important, right? When your friend needs you, you should be available. Now, the poem suggests that one should not judge the other by the appearance or behavior or courage that can come most unlikely places. Now, you shouldn't judge anyone from their physical appearance, right? Now, never judge a book by its cover. Very good, Danish. Now, for N.A. Gregory, most demanded poem in my chat list. हाँ, कोई कह रहा है N.A. मेरी है, कोई कह रहा है N.A. मेरी है. Most demanded poem of the today's session in the comment section I saw. Now, in the poem, N.A. Gregory described to be loved for her physical beauty. Means the poet is describing N.A. that nobody is going to love you for whom you are. Only the God will be there who is going to love you for whom you are. Right? In the poem, N.A. Gregory described to be loved for her physical beauty, as she believed that love is determined by appearances. She wishes to find a lover who will appreciate her for her beauty and physical attributes, and she is concerned about the future if she doesn't achieve this. Now, what does the poet mean when he says, but I will love you for your soul? I will love you for your soul. मतलब मैं तुम्हारी आत्मा के लिए, मतलब I will love you for your soul means whom you are actually rather than the physical appearance. And who will love you? The poet, though his speaker, expressed that love should be based on inner qualities rather than outer beauty. Love should be on inner beauty rather than outer beauty. Right? Now, he assured N.A. that he will love her for inner soul rather than her appearances. This suggests that true love transcends physical beauty, focuses instead on deeper spiritual connection. Now, so he was saying, N.A., nobody is going to love you for whom you are. Only God will be there to love you for whom you are. So N.A. was saying, okay, this golden hairs, I'm going to change them into black, carrot color. And nobody is going to love me for my golden hairs. You know? So she was saying like this only. Now, how does N.A. attitude towards beauty affect her view on love? कैसे? How does N.A. attitude towards beauty affect her view on love? Attitude towards the beauty. She was saying na, that I am going to change the color of my hair. है ना? तो कैसे हो रहा था? Now, N.A. attitude suggests that she equates love with external beauty, believing that her look will be deciding factor in winning love. She is concerned that without the beauty she might not be loved, which shows her shallow perception of love based on physical appearance. मतलब वो कह रही है कि if color of the hair will be changed, nobody is going to love me. So I am going to change the color of my hair. Clear? Now, what is the central theme for N.A. Gregory? Very good. She will dye her hair with the some other color. बहुत बढ़िया दानिश. Now, can we start further? Okay. What is the central theme for N.A. Gregory? What is the central theme for N.A. Gregory? Ayushman. Hi. The central theme of the poem is the contrast between physical beauty and the inner beauty. Means central theme में हमारे को क्या बताया जा रहा है? the contrasting feature of inner beauty and the outer beauty. Fine. Now, the poet emphasized that true love is not based on outer appearance. True love is never based on outer appearance, right? But on deeper qualities. Fine. So, as soul and personality, the poems critique her superficial ideas on beauty and advocates for love rooted in spiritual connection. Clear hai? Clear hai? Now we are starting with the next book, that is Footprints Without Feet. Footprints Without Feet. स्टार्ट करें बच्चा, स्टार्ट करें, स्टार्ट करें. किसी को कोई डाउट है? युवराज इज ऑन द वे. क्रिस्टल क्लियर. ओके आए, चलिए स्टार्टिंग. पानी पिए, ड्रिंक वाटर, बिकॉज एक्चुअली आई एम, हाँ चलिए चलिए. Okay, my name is Rubena Talwar. Let us begin with Footprints Without Feet. The first chapter is A Triumph of Surgery. Based on Tricky, Mrs. Pumphrey, the owner of the Tricky dog, and James Heroid, that is the doctor. Right? Now, why did Mrs. Pumphrey bring Tricky to the surgery? Why did Mrs. Pumphrey bring Tricky to the surgery? क्यों लेकर आए थे? Surgery here referred to the clinic or hospital of the dog, and it was of James Heroid. So Mrs. Pumphrey brought Tricky to the surgery because he had come extremely ill due to overindulgence in food, mainly rich treat and snacks. She was worried about his health and hoped that Dr. Heroid could help him recover. Why did Mrs. Pumphrey bring Tricky to the surgery? Here doesn't refer to Mrs. Pumphrey had brought Tricky to the clinic. यहाँ पर ये है, the question meaning is कि why the Tricky was brought by the doctor to the clinic. ठीक है? So why did, better है, यहाँ पे confuse मत हुई है, यहाँ पे James Heroid लिखिए. ठीक है? James Heroid. Better है? It is better question now. Okay. Why did James Heroid bring Tricky to the surgery? James Heroid brought Tricky to the surgery because he had become extremely ill due to extreme eating of food habits, mainly rich treats and snacks. So he was worried about his health and hoped that Dr. Heroid could help him recover. That he could help him recover. Better option. Okay? Next question. How did Dr. Heroid treat Tricky? This is the important question. This is the important question. Janab Chaudhary, it is not boring. Okay? It is actually a very beautiful chapter. A Triumph of Surgery. Fine. Now, this is how did Dr. Heroid treat Tricky? So Dr. Heroid decided to put Tricky on a strict diet. First of all, 1 mark, an exercise regime. This is the 1 mark question. Okay. He kept Tricky in his clinic where dog was made to run around other dogs and follow the controlled diet. This is 1 mark. Okay. Tricky condition gradually improved and he lost weight and become more active. So Tricky was actually licking the ball for more food. He became more active and the doctor also gave him plenty of water. plenty of water to drink, plenty of water to drink rather than food. ठीक है? Now, next question. What was the result of Dr. Heroic treatment? क्या result था? ठीक है? What was the role of Dr. Heroic treatment? Okay. Oh. चलो. Now, what was the main discovery made by Griffin in this story? अरे मैं कौन से चैप्टर पे आ गई? Yes. On this question, what was the result of Dr. Heroic treatment? The result of Dr. Heroic treatment was Tricky regained the health and energy. 1 mark. He regained, मतलब सुनो ध्यान से. He regained his health. मतलब जो ट्रिकी की हेल्थ थी वो वापस ठीक हो रही थी, right? So Tricky health was full of energy now. Now after a periodic exercise and proper care, now the Tricky became fit and active. This fit and active became 1 mark more. And surprise, when she visited him the surgery, he had successfully overcome her earlier illness caused by oversleeping. So this is also 1 mark. Triumph here means success, victory होना. Next, how does Mrs. Pumphrey react when she sees Tricky improvement? Okay, now see this thing. Now see this thing. How does Mrs. Pumphrey react when she sees Tricky's improvement? कैसा react किया था? When Mrs. Pumphrey initially shocked to see Tricky looking so healthy and fit, but she extremely grateful to Dr. Heroic for his care. Means she was overcome by the emotion when she saw that Tricky was so happy and the Tricky was so healthy that he was jumping towards the lap on the on the Mrs. Pumphrey. So she was extremely happy. Fine. She expresses the relief and joy realizing that overindulgence had caused Tricky health problem. She also plans to continue the rhythm that had helped him recover. Question है the thief story. Could we start? Could we start? Okay. How does the thief Hari Singh try to deceive the author? अब देखिए. How does the thief Hari Singh try to deceive the author? Hari was a thief. Fine. He changes his name every month so that कि पुलिस जो है उसका पीछा ना करे. Fine. How does the thief Hari Singh try to deceive the author? और उसने कैसा try किया to deceive the author? Hari Singh, the thief, initially deceived the author by pretending to be a young man in the need of work. When he wanted the money, when he wanted the work, so Anil helped the Hari Singh. But Hari Singh was having one thought that he is going to deceive the Anil. Fine. He steals the author wallet hoping to escape from the money. However, the author later catches on his intention but decided to show kindness instead of punishing him, changing the course of history. Means the author knew that he had stolen the money, but he didn't reacted on the same thing. He knew that Hari was there who had stolen the money, who went out of the house, but actually he felt guilty and he kept the money because he wanted to be educated person, right? Now the next question. Now the next question here. में मारूंगी तुमको. Now, what is the relationship between Hari Singh and the author? कैसा relationship था? Now, The relationship between Hari Singh and the author is one of the trust that developed over time. It was a trust development. Fine. Anil was believing on the Hari Singh completely. He wasn't having that fear that he may deny the trust of him. Fine. So, despite Hari Singh being a thief, the author offered him the job and treat him with kindness. Means the author decided कि भाई मैं तुझे kindness से ही treat करूँगा. Fine. However, Hari Singh ultimately betrayed the trust of though the relationship take a turn when the author decided to show understanding instead of retribution. Means the author knew that he had betrayed him, but he decided to change the thought of the Hari Singh rather than just punishing him. Harshit, क्या हुआ बेटा? What happened, Harshit? Next. How does the author react when he realizes that Hari Singh had stolen his money? How does the author react? Actually, he didn't reacted that much, right? So when the author realizes that Hari Singh had stolen the money, he is not angry or upset. मतलब हमारे से कोई गलत वे में बात भी कर ले थोड़ा सा रूड होके तो हम ये सोचते हैं अरे we are just offended by that some person. But here what happened? Actually, he had stolen the money, but also he wasn't upset on the same. Right? He chose to be understanding. Rather than confronting Hari Singh, the author decided to let him go, showing compassion. This reaction surprises Hari, and the act of kindness lead to change in the attitude. Means Hari Singh got to accept it. Hari Singh got to accept it. Like Anil knew everything, but he is not showing that betrayed feeling to me. Fine. He is so humble. So that changed the thought of the mind. Fine. Next. अब आवाज आ गई जनाब एंड अंशुमन आयुष्मान. Fine. I'm now voice okay. Okay. What lesson does Hari Singh learn in this story? What lesson does Hari Singh, not only Hari Singh, but actually we also, what we learn in this story? Fine. So, Hari Singh learned an important lesson in honesty and trust. Means what he learned? That you should be honest and you should have the trust. After the author shows kindness and doesn't seek revenge, Hari feels guilty for the action. Sometimes it is not important to take the revenge. Let it go. Situation ko jaane do. The other person will feel guilty for what he had done to you. He realizes that author trust in him is more valuable than money. He stole and he prompts him to change the ways and abandon his life and crime. Now, how does the protagonist Max react when he realizes he is in danger? Max. The midnight visitor, Ozible, Max, they are detectives, and Fowler is a romantic writer. Theme character से fine उसको करना है. Now, question क्या है? How does the protagonist Max reacted when he realizes he is in the danger? उसने कैसे react किया था? Now, Max the secret agent initially appeared confident and arrogant. मतलब वो बहुत ज़्यादा confident था और उसके बाद वो arrogant भी था. जब वो Ozible के रूम में आया था, when he enters the room, but when he realizes that he is in danger, when he comes to know, okay, the police are standing on the behind the doors, fine. So when he comes to know, okay, the door is closed, but the police are standing outside the door, fine. He quickly adjusts his behavior. He uses wit and calm demeanor outstand the villain, realizing that this situation required not just physical action but clever thinking. Now, how does the author build suspense in this story? The main suspense was actually the police, है ना? Police वाला case था. Now, so the author built suspense through the gradual revelation of dangerous situations, starting from the arrival of Max and the introduction of seemingly routine meetings. Means the main danger in this whole chapter, the author has explained when there was a Max standing with the pistol. Fine. Now, with the reader realizes that Max is under the threat from criminal, and the climax is reached when Max cleverly tricks the villain into thinking he has been caught by the this guy is gunshot. How does Max outsmart the villain and how it is significant of this? Yes, you are scared, man. Okay, can we start now? Okay, Max outsmart the villain by using the quick thinking and playing along with the villain assumption. He creates a situation where villain think that he has successfully trapped. Now, don't you do here? How does Max? How does Ozible? Fine. Change the topic as Ozible. आपको वापस सब समझ में आ जाएगा. Ozible outsmart the villain by using quick thinking and playing along with the villain's assumption. He creates a situation where villain think that he has successfully trapped Max, but Max then reveals that the gun was not loaded and he had already taken control of the situation. No need to write this answer because this is a sample answer. So अगर आपको ये आंसर मिलता है, no need to write this. How does Audible outsmart villain and what is the significance of it? तो हम इसको थोड़ा सा एक अच्छे फॉर्म में लिख देते हैं आंसर. Fine. The sample answer, if you are getting from any of the book or any from the Google, this is not correct. हमें यहाँ पर बोलना है, हाँ, Audible ने क्या क्या किया था? How does he outsmart? He creates the situation. He creates the situation when he creates the situation that the villain thinks he had been successful but he created a plot. बट उसने क्या क्या करा था? He created the plot. कैसा प्लॉट क्रिएट किया था? ऑफ पुलिस. ठीक है, ऑफ पुलिस वेयर मैक्स वॉज कंफ्यूज. ठीक है, जहां पे मैक्स वॉज कंफ्यूज एंड स्केर्ड. ये आपको आंसर लिखना है. नेक्स्ट, what is the role of midnight visitor in this story? Ma'am, once more explain it. Question B, answer B. Unknown mystery. Okay. Can okay. देखो, how does Audible outsmart the villain? Here it is referred to. कैसे जो Audible था ना बेटा, how does Audible played well as a detective. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन को करो आप. प्लेस वेल एज अ डिटेक्टिव. कहते उसने विलन को बताया कि भाई तेरे को लग रहा है तू जीत गया बिकॉज ही वॉज हैविंग द पिस्टल इन द हैंड, बट ही क्रिएटेड अ प्लॉट दैट देयर इज अ पुलिस स्टैंडिंग आउटसाइड द डोर एंड द डोर नॉब इज जस्ट हैविंग इट डन बाय द पुलिस. अगर उसने दरवाजा नहीं खोला then it means that police will be coming into the room. ये explain करना है आपको. ठीक है, now yes, what is the role of the midnight visitor in this story? Fine. Now the midnight refer to the intruder who comes into the hotel room sitting on the stage of the entire plot. Hotel room, who is the midnight visitor? Max. Initially Max seems to be the visitor, but the true role of the visitor is revealed in the story unfold. जैसे unfold होती है. The tension between expectation and the reality, alignment to prove the intelligence and depth the danger he is in. A question of trust. A question of trust. Intruder means जिसे हम welcome नहीं करते. ठीक है, बिन बुलाए मेहमान. Harshit, it was the sixth floor and the topmost floor. Fine. Okay, Harsh Gupta. Now, a question of trust. A question of trust. फटाफट से complete करते हैं. How does the narrator describe the character of the man in this story? Question of trust. Character of man in this story. The narrator described the man as someone who appeared trustworthy at first, with a calm and composed demeanor. However, the story unfolds, it reveals that the man is a thief, highlighting the theme of the deception and how the presence can be misleading. The narrator initially trusts the man, is later betrayed. Here, man refers to the human. Here, man refers to the human, characters of the human. अगर आपको इसको थॉट्स और सिंप्लीफाइड वर्जन में लिखना है तो here man refer to the unknown personality, actually the human. Fine. So last में उससे क्या हुआ था? He was betrayed by that woman in the red dress. The man in the red, actually human, actually she was the woman in the red dress. Fine. Next, what lesson does the narrator learn by the end of the story? Pandeji, wait. Pandeji, wait. Pandeji, wait. Okay. Next, question बोल रहा है, what lesson does the narrator learn by the end of the story? By the end of the story, narrator learns a valuable lesson about trust. Trust के बारे में उसने एक valuable lesson समझा. What? That appearance can be descriptive, that one must be cautious when trusting others. Means sometimes you feel that other person is actually a trustworthy person, but you shouldn't be confused with that personality. Fine. You should be like cautiously, you should see the person actions. The experience teaches him to be more discerning and not to place blind trust in people based solely on their outward behavior. You shouldn't be based on outward behavior, you should judge someone. Now, what was the main discovery made by Griffin in this story? Footprint without feet. The main discovery made by Griffin shows how to make himself invisible. Griffin ने क्या किया था? He made that chemical composition that he could be invisible. And the chemical process on the body to become transparent. Transparent like a glass structure, which can be touched, which can be felt, but that cannot be seen. That you can touch it, you can feel it, but you cannot see it. Fine. The ability allowed him to move about unnoticed, but it also led to series of unfortunate as misused in a newfound power. How does the author build suspense in this story? A question of trust. Suspense कैसे आया था? Now see. How does the author build suspense in the story? एक बारी क्वेश्चन को रीड कर लो. ओके, एक बारी क्वेश्चन को रीड कर लीजिए. रीड कर लिया? फाइन. Narrator beta who is narrating something, author who is writing. लो वॉइस, अभी भी लो वॉइस आ रही है. हेलो हेलो हेलो, हाय बेटा हाय, कैसे हैं आप? A question of trust. Fine. Now see, how does the author build suspense in the story? The author builds suspense by gradually revealing the truth nature of the man and his intention. Fine. Initially, the man polite and confident behavior lulls the narrator into a false sense of security. Now, better है आप women लिखो. Why? Because आप men से confused हो जाओगे. Fine. Now, the author builds suspense by gradually revealing the true nature of the woman and his intention. मतलब कि जब woman in the red dress, what was the intention? Initially, the woman was polite and confident behavior lulls the narrator into false sense of security. Means she was polite, so the narrator was just having the belief on him, belief system था. But as the story progressed, clues the dishonesty. But last में ये पता चला कि the woman was so much false. We could say the personality she was having. Actually, she was also a thief, like the author. So The narrator begin to suspect something is amiss and accumulating and the revelation of the main true motive. Any doubt? Any doubt? भैया का फोन है और वो मेरे फ्रेंड्स के नंबर भी डिलीट कर देता है. स्तुति ने कुछ बोला है. ओके. सबसे वेटेज वाला चैप्टर कौन सा है मैम? तिवारी जी सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चैप्टर है जो बुक के अंदर है. हाँ जी हर्षित, मुझे पता है सर के बारे में. मनदीप कह रहा है कोई बात नहीं. कुबर कह रहा है आई लव यू मैम. ओके. नाउ अभिषेक ने थोड़ी गाली दी है. अनिमे कह रहा है दनिश यू और कॉमन सेंस इज ग्रेट. अंशुमन आयुष्मान कह रहा है मैम माइक को माउथ के पास लाएं, आवाज नहीं आ रही है. ठीक है. हर्षित कह रहा है बता दो. बिल्कुल बता दिया है. ओके लव यू टू. हर्ष गुप्ता रोते हुई शक्ल से दिख रहा है कमेंट में. मैम प्लीज मैं अगर आज से पढ़ना स्टार्ट करें तो क्या 90 स्कोर कर सकते हैं? बिल्कुल. नाउ बेटर मैम. ओके मैम. रीडिंग पैसेज में मार्क्स कट जाते हैं, आएंगे चैप्टर भी आपके पास. ओके फाइन. So I have given you the answer in your own language, in our own language, that is Hindi. So could we start the chapter now? Now give the thumbs up. Now give the thumbs up. What is the significance of the title A Question of Trust? Okay. Now see, the question of trust here means when you are trusting someone, do question, are you sure to trust that person or not? Right? So the story question of trust is significant because it reflects the central theme of the story. Now the narrator trust is the crux of the plot, and the story explores how trust can be easily broken. आप विश्वास करोगे how the trust can be easily broken, right? Now the title suggests that trust is not something that should be given lightly, as it can lead to betrayal and disappointment. Next, how did Griffin use the invisibility to his advantage? Now, footprint without feet का ही question है. How did Griffin use his invisibility to his disadvantage? Means actually Griffin was invisible, but that invisibility, how he misused his power. Actually he created actually he was inventing something, but that should be for the welfare of the people. But how he took the advantage of the same. Okay? Now, Griffin used his invisibility to commit crimes and terrorize people. Fine. He looted shops, stole money, and caused chaos by taking advantage of the fact that no one could see him. He was actually invisible, na? But what he did, he took the advantage. He looted the money. He created the chaos because he knew nobody is going to watch him. Now, his power made him reckless and he became increasingly destructive, ultimately leading to the downfall. Now, next. Why did Griffin invisibility lead to his downfall? Means he was thinking that he is going to take the advantage, but that actually he wasn't able to take the advantage of the same. He was in the downfall. Kaise? Although it gave him power, it also isolated him. Means he was alone now. He couldn't control his invisibility all time. His criminal activity eventually got caught up even though he was invisible. His behavior became erratic and desperate. Means he was having the anger issues. Fine. Invisibility became more a curse as a blessing. He was rather than blessing, it was a curse. Now, what is the central theme of Footprint Without Feet? Kya hai central theme? Fine. The central theme of Footprint Without Field revolve around the consequence of misusing power. Means central theme kya hai? Whenever we are having the power, fine, invisible hai hum, but we are using the power in a misused manner. Fine, we are using it. Means it was for the scientific discovery, but he was taking the advantage. Griffin ability became invisible is a symbol of unchecked power that can be destructive. Means if you are giving somebody a power, you should see that the power can be utilized in a beautiful way or not. Fine. So that only written. Now, The Making of the Scientist, that is the chapter based on Richard Ebright. चलिए करते हैं. How did Richard Ebright develop an intense interest in science? Means Richard Ebright, how he became interested towards the science, or how he was inclined towards the science. Richard developed an interest in science at a young age, largely due to his mother encouragement. Means the mother was encouraging Richard so much. She was bringing the telescope, she was bringing the books regarding the science, so that Richard can do something, right, in the free time. She was not allowing Richard to do any house chores, but actually she was allowing Richard to learn more things. Right? She gave a gift as a science kid which sparked his curiosity, and he started collecting butterfly and studying and hobby, eventually evolved into a passion for biology and science as a whole. Now, next, what was the turning point in Richard Ebright's life which led him to pursue scientific research? Important है. Fine. Now यहाँ पर क्या बोलेंगे हम? The turning point in Richard Ebright's life came when he met a mentor, Dr. C.S. Paul, a professor who guided him in research. Now, what is the turning point in Richard Ebright that led him to pursue scientific research? When he was failed, actually when he didn't get any prize in the scientific fair. So, that was also a turning point. But the main turning point is when Dr. Urquhart, when the mother brought the book Monarch X book, The Travel of Monarch X. Fine. And in the end of that book, it was there a activity by Dr. Urquhart. Fine. And Dr. Urquhart said that just stamp the butterflies. I want to see. We have to see the migration of butterfly towards the Central Asia. Fine. So Central America, sorry. So that was the turning point, and that was the actually opened the science world for Richard Ebright. Fine. Next is, how did Richard Ebright's school experiences contribute to the success as a scientist? So we can see now. How did Richard Ebright's school experiences contribute to success as a scientist? Since हमने स्कूल के बारे में चैप्टर में इतना नहीं देखा है, but we could say when there was a science fair, fine. So once the Richard Ebright didn't won any single prize, because हमने देखा था that every different student was showing the practical implementation of any fact, but he just sorry. Okay, actually what he did, he brought the frog tissues slides, and mere frog tissue slides didn't make him won the prize. So he got to understand that thing, that next time he had to bring the practical implementation of any activity he's going to show. Next, what is the main message conveyed by Richard Ebright's journey in the making of a scientist? Okay. Okay. Question देखते हैं. What is the main message conveyed? What was the message conveyed by Richard Ebright's journey in the making of the scientist? Most important. Most important, right? The main message of this story is that, main message क्या है? Curiosity, hard work and persistence are the key to become successful scientists. If you have the curiosity, if you are doing the hard work, and if you have the bright mind, you can achieve anything in your life. Discipline, hard work and curiosity, right? Determination and passion of learning, you can achieve anything in the life, can achieve great things even from a young age. Means if you have the discipline, if you have the curiosity, if you have the hard work, you can achieve anything. Fine. The story emphasizes the importance of nurturing one interest and working diligently towards a goal. Next, the necklace. Madame Loisel, that is Matilda. Can we start with this chapter? Should we start? Okay. 3 chapters left, right? Necklace, Bholi and the book that saved the earth. बस बाकी हमारे 3 marks के सारे chapters के completed हो चुके हैं. Fine. Now see, how does Meme Loisel feels about her life at the beginning of the story? मटिल्डा को स्टार्टिंग में क्या लगता था, उसकी लाइफ कैसी होनी चाहिए? फाइन. So how does Meme Loisel feel about her life at the beginning of the story? Now, at the beginning of the story, Meme Loisel feels dissatisfied with her life. Starting, she was feeling so much dissatisfied with the life. She was thinking, "Arey, I was born to become a rich, but I was born in the family of clerks. I was born to marry a young person, young guy, but I was married to a normal clerk." Fine. So she is unhappy with the modest social standing and desire of life luxury. Means she wasn't satisfied with the life, the basic. Fine. And she feels that she deserves a better life and often daydream about expensive clothes, jewels and exuberant parties. Means she was always dreaming. Okay, I am a rich girl. I am married to a rich guy. I am eating in the silver spoon. I am eating in the silver utensils. I am wearing the expensive clothes. Now, how does Meme Loisel's life change after she borrows the necklace? चलिए. Now यहाँ पे क्या लिख रहेगा? How does Meme Loisel's life change after she borrows the necklace? क्या हुआ था? Fine. Now, after Meme Loisel borrows the necklace from her friend, Meme Forrester, her life take a drastic turn. See, when Meme Loisel, when Matilda borrowed the necklace from Forrester, the life totally changed. Kaise? She attends the party. Means when Matilda attends the party and she was coming home and she just want to have her self as a final look before changing the clothes, she found that the necklace was missing. And what happened? They just give the in the newspaper advertisement, shows the prices, shows the reward, but the necklace was not found. So they had to buy the new necklace that cost 36,000 francs. 18,000 francs was inherited by the parent of the Mr. Loisel, but it took 10 years to repay the debt. Fine. So she attends the party where she is admired of her beauty, but she loses the necklace and she faces a financial personal crisis. To replace the lost necklace, she and her husband take a huge debt, leading to years of hard work and poverty, which changes her appearance and lifestyle. It was costing 36,000 francs, fine, and 18,000 was inherited, 18,000 was to borrow, fine. So it took 10 years to repay the debt, and in the 10 years, her physical beauty totally changed. Yeah, this is not a true story, beta. The making of the scientist couldn't be true because invisible किसी ने अभी discovery तो करी नहीं, right? Next. Now, how does the ending of the story reveal the theme of materialism? Now, at the end of this story, how we come to know that people are so much influenced by the materialistic things that the real responsibility is missing. The real life happiness is missing. Fine. So, the ending of this story reveals the theme of materialism, where Meme Loisel discovered that necklace she borrowed was not made of real diamond. Last में पता चलता है actually it doesn't cost more than 400 francs because they were not real diamonds. Fine. The era of sacrifice and hardship she endured to replace the necklace were nothing, as it was true were less than what she had imagined. This highlight the futility of obsession with wealth and appearance. So इससे हमें ये पता चलता है in the current generation, the people are so much influenced by the materialistic thing that they are actually to become rich, to actually to to be like a rich, they are in the debt. So that is like, जितना हम पैसों के पीछे भागेंगे उतना हम पीछे समाजते जाते रहेंगे. Okay. In English we say that much, how much we are running towards the money, that much backward we are becoming in the society. Fine. Now, what he is saying, Tiwari is saying moe moe at the end. Okay. Can we start the next chapter, that is the necklace after necklace? Okay, this is the last one. Fine. This is the last question of the necklace. Then we are going to the Bholi. Only 2 chapters are left. Fine. What does Meme Loisel learn by the end of the story? Okay, what does Meme Loisel learn at the end of the story? Anyone? Anyone could tell me? Harsh, marungi. I'm going to beat it. By the end of the story, Meme Loisel learned a harsh lesson about the consequence. She learned about the reality. Actually, she was having the reality check, right? Of vanity and materialism. Her obsession with outward appearance and her desire for a life of luxury led her to downfall. Means she was so much obsessed to have the money. She wanted to look like a rich, and that created a downfall. That created like normal life she was having. She had to live in a poor circumstances, right? So she realizes that pursuit of wealth and status is often hollow, and the true happiness cannot be found in the material possession. At the end, she was able to understand, array, this materialistic thing doesn't give you the true happiness. This is just to show the outer world that you are happy, right? Bholi, very important question for coming board exams. Fine, very important question for the coming board exam. Okay. Here it is refers to, first here refers to the, like materialist happiness. First, that only I told you, na. चलिए भोली करते हैं. Now the question is, why was Bholi initially called simpleton? Why she was called initially simpleton, right? Huh. Bholi was initially called simpleton because she was slow learned and lacked. Simpleton means simple, foolish. थोड़ा सा जब हम कहते हैं ना that somebody is having lack of knowledge. Fine. Now she was called a simpleton here because she was slow to learn and lacked the ability to speak or understanding. Clearly due to her mental and physical challenges, because she was mentally and physically both challenged. Fine. So she had a speech impediment and was often mocked for her looks. I mean, she was stammering sometimes, and every person was just mocking on her. Fine, which made her seem unintelligent to others. Somebody, and other person is saying, "Arey, she's not intelligent." Fine. Very good. Next, how did Bholi parents react to her condition? भोली के मम्मी पापा कैसे रिएक्ट करते थे? हाउ डज भोली पेरेंट रिएक्ट टू हर कंडीशन? मीन द भोली फिजिकल एज वेल एज मेंटल, she was not appropriate to the terms of the age. So how the parents were actually reacting? They are asking you this question. Fine. So both Bholi parents were disappointed by her condition, particularly her father. He was embarrassed by her appearance and speech and thought she would be a burden to the family if she was not able to, if he would not be able to marry Bholi. Fine. So father ke liye bhi, she was actually the burden to the family as well, but to especially we could say the mother was also not in the support of the Bholi, right? Instead of showing love and care, they neglected her, focus only on their other children. Her father even considered her as the obstacle when it came to the marriage. What was the turning point in Bholi's life? Important hai for the 3 marks. Important for the 3 marks, right? she was treated bad as compared to other children. Childs नहीं होता है. Fine. There is no such word as childs. This is wrong. Plural, children. Fine. What was the turning point in Bholi's life? Now, the turning point in Bholi's life came when her teacher, a kind, patient woman, encouraged her to speak and instilled confidence in her. When the teacher was kind and she was patient, she was encouraging Bholi to come to the school, and she was saying the Bholi name with so peace, right? Now begin to speak clearly and become more confident. This transformation led to her taking a stand during the arranged marriage, where she rejected a man who had no respect for her. So that is why she was having that much courage to reject the person. Fine. Next. How did Bholi assert her independence at the end of the story? Acceptance of independence. By refusing to marry the man her parent had chosen for her. When she refused a man the parent had chosen, I am not going to marry that person because he is not respecting my parents, he is not respecting me. So that shows how she became actually independent, right? So यहाँ पर यही बोल रखा है, despite her father objection, Bholi decided to stand up for herself and reject the marriage, showing that she had gained her self-respect and confidence. Means she was having that much confidence, she was having that much respect. Now, the book that saved the earth, last chapter of today's video. Fine. So could we start? Could we start? Let me see the comment for once, right? Let me see the comments for once. Again. Okay. Vivek कह रहा है मैम बोलो विवेक, what happened विवेक? Fine. Harshit. Okay, Harshit. आयुष्मान. किट्टी करूंगी. आशीष पांडे. All the very best Vivek for your board exams. Harshit, I don't remember what you are talking about. Right, Paras, hi Bacha, hi Aman. Okay. Thank you, Sakshi. Okay, can we start with the next chapter? Okay. Thank you, Divyankvita. Abhishek. Okay. Can we start with the last chapter? Only four questions are left, and it will be the end of the session then. Only 4 chapters are left, right? 4 questions. हाँ, पक्का देखो 4 questions. Fine. Okay. हाँ. Last में we will be discussing about the doubt. Then. Okay. How does the book that saved the earth depict the future society? Question is, how does the book in the chapter the book that saved the earth depict the future society? Means what it is depicting about the future society. Fine. So the story is set in the future, actually in the 25th century, where the earth is under the threat of invasion by Martian, where the earth was in a state where the Mars people are going to attack the earth. The society is highly advanced in technology, साथ ही साथ space travel, and they are on the brink of war. Means actually they are on the brink of war, means the Martian are going to attack the earth, right? So the Martian, they are trying to gain the success over the earth by stealing the most important treasures which the earth has. So turn out to be a book showing, despite the technological process, certain things from the past still hold great value. What is the significance of the book in the story? अब significance क्या है इस book का? Fine. The book is a significant. The book is very important because it is believed to hold the key of saving the earth from Martian. Means it is said that that particular book is actually the savior, right? The particular book is actually the savior to save the earth. क्यों? Because the Martian has been misinterpreted that. Fine. So the Martian who have advanced knowledge and technology are unable to understand the book content, which is simple and ancient work of literature. Means actually it was in the 25th century, but Martian people doesn't know now. अरे उन्हें नहीं पता ना that this is the Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. They are considering, okay, this is omega, this is noodle, fine. So they are just comparing them. So it is the power of the meaning which the Martian cannot comprehend, ultimately save the Earth from invasion. And that was only the thing. That was only the Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, the mother goose that saved the Earth's invasion. Fine. Any doubt? Any doubt? Now, question: how do the Martian misunderstand the book? How does the Martian misunderstand the book? I find competency-based question in English very troubling. Any solution to it? Ayush, actually I am going to take that question in the 5 marks only because 3 marks में नहीं है. 3 marks वाले important मैंने आपको बता दिए. Oxymoron actually it is a poetic device. Sounding word. Fine. How do when please read this. Please read this. Okay. Okay. Oxymoron here refer to जब दो opposite words are joined together. For example, like could you give me the example of quiet rage? Have you seen quiet rage? Quiet rage here refers in from the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. A Tiger in a Zoo. जहाँ पे हमने बात करी थी quiet here refers to that you are in peace. Rage here means anger. Fine. Means quiet anger. This is like opposite meaning, but actually quiet rage means when a person is controlling the anger, right? So this is like the oxymoron. Fine. Okay. Now, how do the Martian misunderstand the book? The Martian misunderstand the book because they cannot grasp the concept of human literature and emotion. Why they misunderstand the book, misinterpreted that because they couldn't understand the human thoughts. They couldn't understand the human nature. They couldn't understand the human emotions. They mistaken believe that a book is an important weapon or some kind of tool of immense power. However, their inability to understand the true nature lead to their defeat as they unable to recognize its true value, which is simply cultural and intellectual. Means they couldn't understand the human emotions, so that is why they misunderstood the book. That's simple. Fine. Any doubt? Any doubt? Chalo. Last question. Now, this is the last question of today's video. Fine. What is the main message conveyed the book Saved the Earth? क्या message आया था? Okay. Next session of mine, I should tell you the date, right? I should tell you the date ताकि आप confused ना हो. रुके. Please wait. I am telling you the date when there will be my next live. My next video will be on 22nd of January. Right? In that 2nd of January, I am going to take 5 marks extra days. Right? Of all chapters like this, yes. After that, I am having on 29th of January. In that, we will be doing 6 marks question. And then I am having on 31st of January, whole syllabus. Whole syllabus like sample paper, reading, writing, grammar, everything will be covered. Fine. Fine. We are going to do like this. Fine. So what is the main message conveyed in the book that saved the earth? Fine. What is the main message? Anyone? Now, The main message of this story is the importance of human culture, knowledge and literature. Means the main important message is that you should be aware of human nature. You should be aware of the culture that is going on the earth, that is going in the surrounding of your earth. Fine. That is going into the environment where you are staying. The literature, the language shouldn't be the barrier, right? So the book demonstrates that the things we often take for granted, like books, contain power and meaning that can transcend time and space. Means what we are taken for granted, that this is ours, right? But actually, that is a powerful thing. We should read the books. That book is a power. The book is a knowledge. The book is a wisdom, right? So the story also highlights how ignorance and an inability to understand the deeper meaning of human creation can lead to failure. Means if we are not understanding, how it is going to fail. Fine. So now it is your doubt part. Fine. So ask the doubt. Before thank you, I am saying you doubt. Okay. So now I am going to see the comment. Your doubts, my answer. Fine. Ma'am, it is, Sakshi is asking, ma'am, it is important to learn. If you don't have the doubt, you can skip the video. Fine. So, ma'am, it is important to learn all the fact in the chapter. Sakshi, see the, for example, I told you 4 questions of each chapter. Now see the difference. Means you should know the whole story. Rather, and if you know the whole story, whole fact, then it is easy to answer, right? Anime, long story in short, ma'am. Please provide me your Marungi ki chake. Remember me? Okay, Harshit. I don't remember you. Ramesh Kumar, how to solve the question of vocabulary in passage. Ramesh Kumar, actually I could see that you are not of CBSE. Are you of CBSE? Please tell me. Ma'am. Okay, Vivek. Savitri, best book for English, NCERT. Don't go for any other English book. You can do take the practice book, like practical, we can say the practice workbook kind of, but NCERT is perfect. But you are not studying science or maths, you need any other books. Fine. Ayushman कह रहे clear है, thank you so much. Doubt. Ma'am, please make a video about poetic device. Fine. Harshit is saying I hate you. Oh, to whom you are saying? Just Saru, I love you. Two side, you are not. Okay, ma'am, Bhojpuri में बोलिए नहीं समझ. I couldn't speak in Bhojpuri, right? Thank you, Priyanshu. It really means a lot to me. Book for PYQs. Since I'm providing the every question, every PDF, right? I'm providing you every PDF in the comment section. So better hai, see that PDF. No need to buy anything. How to retain all story in mind? Divyank, since I'm teaching you, do you remember the incident which you have with your friend? Fighting. When you were in class 9th, you remember everything, right? So why not to remember every chapter? Anime, Rubena English, right? Search. Okay, Vivek, why you are commenting in between, huh? Anime, do you get that? Shani Sharma, मैम पैसेज पे भी बना दीजिए. Actually, Lakshmi Patel, please see the grammar marathon. Actually, it is already uploaded on the channel, or you can see 1 mark video. That was my live class on 11th of January. In that, I have taught every grammar, right? Priyanshu, grammar, actually grammar question are not in part of 3 marks na. 3 marker question, 5 marker extract based, and then 6 marker. Fine. Which chapter is most important? Aditi, every chapter is most important, right? It is not a maths or science paper, right? So please go through every literature topic. अने में I told you यार. How to practice grammar? You can take the any grammar workbook, right? That is very important. अने में told you Rubena English. Trisha, ma'am, give some tips to solve unseen passage. To solve unseen passage, I actually had already uploaded the same video on the channel. But since again you are asking, I am telling you, first of all, read the question to get the broad idea and then go to the passages. And then go to the passage to the passage. Sani Sharma, I told you, na? Sunny Sharma, sorry. The book that saved the earth, most of the students don't like that chapter, but please see the one shot for the same. Which grammar book? You can use the PW book as well, right? Every chapter is having the equal weightage in the board exam. Don't go to the through the past blueprints, right? Because at the end, CBSE plays very well, and they know that English chapter, any chapter can be given the most important weightage because every chapter is important. Vivek, just see the one shot of analytical paragraph videos, right? Narration, just go and watch one short video on the same channel. Aditi, please watch one shots. Metaphor, Sakshi, it is an indirect comparison. For example, in the Amanda poem, silence is compared. Like for example, when we are not using as or like words. अगर हम किसी चीज को कंपेयर करने के लिए as और like word नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं, that is metaphor. Hindi medium student, beta, you have to just use the book of your board, right? Shivansh, my name is Rubena Talwar. Error correction generally based on grammar, verb form. Fine, just focus on verbs. Main trick to solve error and error question, focus on verb. Verb गलत होती है, ठीक है? Fine. Any other doubt? Hi Shilpi. Okay. I couldn't explain again now. Fine. Kanika, all the very best. Fog, when the fog movement was described, it was personification. But when fog was compared with cat, it was metaphor. But when fog movement was described as a cat movement, it was personification. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Class duration. Actually, we are at the end of the class now. Fine. We are actually at the end of the class now. What are rhymes? Kind of poems only. Ma'am, reported speech. Please see one shot. If you are not cleared with that, I am going to bring in the live for as well. Harsh Gupta, I had to go. How to recognize metaphor? Beta, whenever they are comparing, silence is golden. Fine. Peace is sweet. Amanda poem. हम compare कर रहे हैं ना peace को sweetness के साथ. So that's what it means. It is a metaphor. ठीक है? Okay. तो चलिए, thank you so much everyone. Love you a lot. Fine. Thank you. We have done the 3 marks question. After that, we are going to come with the next video of 5 marks question. Hope you enjoyed this session and really means a lot to me. Fine. For your love, for your affection, and love you all. Okay. Bye bye. Missing you till my next session would be live. Okay. I'm going to miss you. You should also miss me. Fine. Bye bye. Take care. Bye.